So hello to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes, joined again with Josh Bullock as we go back into the 70s to watch a British war film. But dude, Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing well, mate.
Go getting the Roger Moore feel, you know?
I did fine. I took a little trip down to Africa. I took my my FL out there and did some time in the bush, friend.
But this is the movie that the way I discovered this is there was some Hideo Kojima interview somewhere along the way, and he name dropped this movie. He was like, "Yeah, this movie right here is one of the big things that influenced me to want to make Metal Gear, the original one." And now that's Metal Gear, not Metal Gear Solid. But
Right.
So when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, I got to go check this thing out." And then it was about, I don't know, maybe like a year ago or something like this. I found this probably on Amazon Prime as well as it is now, and I was like, "Ooh." You know, I've just got Roger Moore in it and all kinds of Richard Burton, which he's also in Where Eagles Dare, which with Clint Eastwood, which I fucking love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, yeah, I got to see the origin of where Metal Gear was influenced by and so on like that. And I thought this movie was really badass, and I've been kind of wanting to podcast it forever. And then I was like, oh, well, you know what? Josh would be the perfect person of anybody to podcast not only a Metal Gear one, but an old war movie, too, an old British war movie.
Right. I mean, it was a good and interesting film, and I could totally see where he pulled inspiration from, like the style of uniforms with the beret. Like the whole time I was like, Colonel Campbell. Is he like every single officer in this?
Yeah, well, it's like that thing that, because you always think of like, I know Rambo's the other one too, with, his colonel in there too, being just like a Campbell figure. But
right.
Yeah, you see a lot of the stuff in here, like, and Hideo said, I think it was in that same interview, which, God, I can't remember where the heck it was, but he was all like, he wanted to make one that was like a full-on army thing like this, where, it was a whole group of guys going in, but then he realized that on the MSX, there was no way he was going to be able to handle that, so then he went with just a single-op guy going in.
Right. Right, which makes sense, because you're like, okay, I get it. It's a stealth mission for like all but, I don't know, 10 minutes?
Yeah, exactly.
Which could be most people's Metal Gear experience, let's be honest.
Yeah, Metal Gear gives you choice. It's not like other stealth games that want to punish you, because you get caught once or something like that. That's always the thing I always
right.
in certain games when there's those ones where it's like you just get seen like once. It's like, game over, restart the level, see you later.
Yeah, nothing's worse than like an instant fail for a stealth mission. And I feel like that's every Call of Duty. They throw that one damn mission in there, to like take that roller coaster down to where you're just like, well, this is stupid.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay. Well, in that new Call of Duty, they do have a stealth one that's not bad, but like you're at a Bill Clinton rally in 1991.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, dude.
I know. I was like, dude, this is badass. A big old Bill Clinton banner up there and whatnot. Yeah,
he's playing the saxophone.
He should be, and then he's all, there's a part where he's up on there on stage and whatnot. He's like, he's talking to the senator right now. Get a photograph of that real quick.
Dude, my favorite Bill Clinton thing, and I know this is off topic, but it's a meme where it's like how I feel on Saturday or something like that. And it's Bill Clinton watching Ariana Grande sing, and he's behind her. So just like staring at her ass. And he's like, so excited, right? Like he's happy, Bill. And then same concert. Yeah. Same benefit or whatever it is. And it's like Lizzo up there, and he's like all grossed out and bored. I don't know why it makes me so happy every time I see it.
I don't know why.
It's like, dude, that's every dude, just about,
Exactly. And plus, it's just, Bill Clinton's always just the fun president for anything. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
he is fun.
So I thought that mission was kind of cool in there because you break in and then like you're taking kind of this like secret evidence and whatnot. And then you go underground. Of course, there's a big shootout. Everybody's got to run. It'd be funny if it was like, you got to protect Bill Clinton, Governor Bill Clinton, real quick.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be funny. They're coming. They're coming after him for all the cocaine planes that went down in Arkansas.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't have the power to suicide people yet.
Yeah,
Right.
I love how there's those stories of like I think it's literally from the American Made book because like that I got like the trilogy that went along with that because I love that movie so much, and there's like they talked about that Bill Clinton and his brother just had this like house or whatever in Arkansas where they just had hookers flown in, a bunch of drugs and all that stuff, and just money galore and just partying it up,
Right.
sending out
Right.
Hillary for a beer run.
Dude, that movie is like one of the movies I point to when people are like, "Oh, Tom Cruise is dumb." Like, he's just Tom Cruise in every movie, and it's just like a dumb action movie. And I'm like, dude, watch this one. This one's great.
Dude, that movie to me, that was my favorite movie of whatever year it came out in, and I consider that like a perfect movie. I was like, it's fucking
Yeah,
good
it's
the whole way through.
It's great.
Like amazing story. It's funny, just
Right.
like Tom Cruise is like, even though he's playing kind of a middle-aged fat guy, he's still
He's still Tom Cruise.
He's still Tom Cruise. It'd be funny if he did one of those ones where it's like, oh, Tom's gonna gain some weight for this movie. He wants to really get into the role.
He's going full Christian Bale.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna definitely deep dive into it, but no, that's a great fucking movie.
Dude, speaking of deep dives, I love Russell Crowe for like the longest time was saying like, "Oh yeah, mate, I'm just gaining weight for this film I'm making where I'm a fat guy who's really angry." And then it's just like he never lost the weight. And then like he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And he's like, I have a fucking farm. I eat Angus beef every day.
It's like
He's
how,
just,
it's like how
dude, the way he
weight.
well, the way he describes it though, like he's like smothering. Well, it's actually pretty healthy. First
Yeah.
off, but we all know that's not the only thing he's eating.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just funny. I'm like, oh, Russell Crowe, just be fat, be happy,
It's like
do
Gerard
this fun,
Butler.
Russell Crowe.
Gerard Butler was kind of
He's-
just like that too, where he kind of gained that weight and then it just made him fight fun Gerard.
Dude, well, he's supposed to be. I don't know if they filmed it yet, but they're going to make a second Den of Thieves, which that movie is
That
awesome.
was a great movie too. Yeah, I saw that
Dude,
one in cinema.
That film has one of the best, like besides like, there's some modern films where it has really cool shooting techniques and like tactics and moving as a team. That's like legit. Den of Thieves does it right. Like they do cover and move like to the same level of realism as Heat,
Yeah.
which has one of the greatest gun scenes of all time, where it's just super realistic. But Den of Thieves, that part where they're running and he puts the belt-fed machine gun up on the car, he's just spraying down and everybody's maneuvering back. Oh, so good.
Yeah, great. It's excellent. Yeah, the only thing
It's like
I'm missing-
real, grounded in realism.
You're ground realism, but not like in boring realism that sometimes happens in some
Right.
movies where like it loses like the fun factor a little bit. Some
Right.
2000 movies kind of have that. Not saying they're like bad, but like they try to make it too realistic and it like takes away. Well, too realistic when you're taking a topic that doesn't need to be as realistic.
Right, exactly.
Or then you got Al Pacino. He's like, she got a great big ass.
Dude, I love him talking about that because Heat's one of my favorite movies of all time. Like it's up there in my top 10. And Pacino in like interviews has said that it was written into the script that his character had a coke problem, but you never see it in the film. And I like to think, I'm like, did the character have a coke problem, Al, or did you have a coke problem? I want to know.
Well, that's like that mid '90s period where Al Pacino has all like the classic lines and like just like the scent of the woman with the ooh.
Wow. Yeah.
Like
Great ass. Dude, that's such a good movie though.
that is a
And
right?
his character is fun in it. Like it's like a fun. I mean, it kind of takes away from the movie a little bit, where you're just like, what the fuck's wrong with this cop? His wife's leaving him. He doesn't care. His fucking stepkid is ODing in a bathtub. He's screaming about giant fat asses in the workplace. Like his life's a wreck.
But he's Al Pacino, so that's why you're invested so hard.
Right.
Oh yeah, but I guess going into the Wild Geese and then going into this adventure here. What I kind of like about it is I just like how it's just like this story of a bunch of these old mercenary guys, which they say their ages at one point, like when they're all getting hired, and they're all like, I don't know if they're just like undercutting themselves, but like saying like, oh, I'm only 44, but you look at they're like 44, you look like you're like 64.
Well, 1970s, 40s was,
Pretty fucking old.
ancient.
Yeah, exactly. So a bunch of these, guys, in their 40s, they're like deciding to go back at it for like one last go around for a rescue mission, pretty much. But I just like how it is a bunch of, it's almost like old school Expendables. A bunch of these old guys going in, and they're going to go on this one last mission. And I like how it's just like the life that they kind of have back in England. You could tell that nobody really it's like, well, we sort of settled for this and so on like that. The second they get that opportunity, it's like, oh, hell yeah. Like I haven't.
Well, it's like they're like mercenaries and ex-soldiers because some of them were given their rank.
Yeah. So there's kind of a mixed match group of them, and
and
then there is a few younger guys that get hired in there too. But the majority,
like the South African guy, I think he was a mercenary.
Yeah. He's in there, and then it's all sort of based off that like the Congo like English escapades of like the 60s and so on like that. So like they kind of throw in just all these different things there, but then change the names a little bit and whatnot. And then this is one of those ones that like you wouldn't notice this nowadays, but this was a big deal in like the 70s. Is that this movie shot like in South Africa, and everybody was really pissy at South Africa at that point because that's like the racist era. South Africa.
Yeah, during our apartheid.
Yeah, so you weren't supposed to be doing business with them and all kinds of stuff like that. And like, so they even had like people protesting this movie in England and Ireland and whatnot,
Right. Right. I thought they would just be protesting because the soundtrack was just way too good. I mean, that opening and closing song, bro. God damn, son.
It's funny that it reminds me a lot like that's how Rolling Thunder is. It has like one of those like folk song kind of things in there, like 70s tunes that get you all pumped up and ready.
Yeah, it was also a very British movie.
Yes,
like
super British.
So British, and like that was a little hard for me. I'm not as enamored by the Brits. I mean, I enjoy their stuff, but I mean, like, it was a little ridiculous at times where I'm like, are they really like this back in 1970s? Like, oh, yes, you have a job in the Congo. Would you like some biscuits with your tea? Like, it was like stereotypical.
Yeah. But it's all made by English, so you know that probably that's exactly what it is.
It's probably legit.
And you got Roger Moore in this one too, and he's 007 at the moment, so it's almost like that's like the big. Even though he's second billing, it's almost like you'd say that's almost like one of the big probably draws for this film, especially to the American audience. Richard Burton, he's in all kinds of stuff too, but I feel like Roger Moore at this time period, right in the 70s, is like, dude, he's been in like 3 Bond movies by this point almost. So,
right. And I feel like his character is one of the least fleshed out of all of them.
Yeah, apparently he has more backstory in the book or something like that.
It makes way more sense.
Yeah,
because they talk a lot about him.
Yeah. Well, because he starts off, because it's like, there's like a cool, there's the intro or whatnot where you get to kind of know all the characters or whatnot. Yeah. And then Roger Moore's literally, he goes in, there's like some drug dealer in England and whatnot. And he's like pissed that like he was like carrying drugs for him. He's like, I'm not going to fucking do this, If we just start shooting the place up.
Yeah. Like he was in some hot shit.
Yeah.
Like a contract was put out to kill him or something. And they're like, no, we must have him. He's the best man I know. He can fly any plane that exists. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and he's swole with the ladies.
Yeah. He's 007. My favorite character in it was the Sergeant Major. That guy was funny.
Yeah.
Not for any reason why I should like him the most, but when they're all training and the way he was giving his orders, like, fuck it, where he's like, on the command, you will turn to the left and to the right. Like, he's like, ready? March! Like, super ridiculous sounding.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's very intense. I even like there's just there's like the blatantly openly gay guy too in the group.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you know, so this movie's got its progressiveness for 1978, and technically this takes place in '68 or something like that.
Right. No, don't ask, don't tell in that mercenary unit.
No, there's even the part where like they all like after training they go off for like one night of like binge partying. It's like, so long, fellas, enjoy your time. I'll make sure I keep it clean and proper here.
Right, right. Where he wants to leave all his money to a proctologist. And we're like, what's that? And he's like, a bum doctor. He does a good job. You're like, what?
That's like that part. I'm like, is that supposed to be is that like a joke, or is that like sort of serious in this like set?
Yeah, right.
You're like,
right.
What is going on there?
Oh shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I also the other dude that I like a lot in here too is what the fuck's that guy's name? I was trying to look it up real quick. What is it? I think Sonny. Is that what it is? The dude who's like he's training everybody. That's not Sonny. His name he has like an S name like that though. I thought he was way farther up on the list here.
Jack was the sergeant.
Sandy.
Wait.
Yeah, Jack Watson.
Yeah, that's the sergeant meeting. That's the dude I was talking about.
Yeah, that guy. I just even like too is like how like when they're all hiring everybody and whatnot, and then like he goes to the house, he's like, "Oh hey, how you doing, Richard Burton? Oh, great to see you again," everything like that. And then the wife comes out, and he's like, "Oh, take a look who it is." He's like, "I don't want to fucking speak with him. Get him the fuck out of here, and he is not welcome." Oh no, the missus.
Where he's like, "Can you go?" And he's like, "Yes, I could go." He's like, "You're not. Nothing's gonna be fucked up, right?" He's like, "I'm a plumber. I fucking hate plumbing."
Yeah,
let's fucking go.
He's like, just let's go. She's inside. Let's just keep going. Just go.
Right. Dude, the other thing that was weird, at least character-wise, was Reefer. Was it Reefer? Rafer?
Oh, Rafer, I think is what his name was.
Rafer?
Yeah,
fucking Reefer and his relationship with his son was like the most unrealistic relationship. Where he's like, just like, boy, I'm thinking about going on a vacation. Oh, really, Daddy?
I love it. We're gonna go
I love
skiing in
vacations.
Switzerland.
Oh, jolly good. Jolly good, father. This sounds fantastic. So fucking ridiculous.
And then my boy's like, "I'm sorry, boy. I'm not going to be able to take you skiing, but Papa." Well, no, I don't want to give him that. "Father, I can't believe it. We were going to go skiing together, and now there's no point of living."
Do you have to go on a business trip, father?
Yes, I have to shoot people.
I have to go die. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. Don't worry, my mercenary buddy will take care of you.
My alcoholic old military friend who's a degenerate and a fuck up. He's going to be your new papa now.
Yeah, he only has 6 more years to live, but...
Right.
That's it though, and for some reason you're still at the same game like when he comes back.
right dude, like that whole time I was like, this bitch is gonna die.
Yeah he's got a kid that's like guaranteed that he's not
this bitch is gonna die. I was not expecting them to get betrayed though. Yeah I did not see that coming at all.
No, yeah, that's a really cool twist that they have going on there, because that's not really what you expect.
No.
It has that kind of Great Escape thing where you have all these dudes, and of course, the mission goes great at first, and then people start getting like picked off one by one, and just casualties left and right, and that's great action scenes.
Well, it's like they were steamrolling as they were like completing their objective. Like the mission was flawless.
Yeah,
and they did every right. Damn South African guy is lethal with that crossbow.
Yeah, the cyanide tipped arrows and everything.
Dude, yeah, the way they committed murder in this was ridiculous. Like gas masks on and dudes are sleeping. They're just like pest, like industrial insecticide sprayers of cyanide. Dudes are like waking up like, just dying.
Yeah, it really is like the stealth mission is extraordinarily brutal. like,
Yeah, dude.
like it starts off with these poor guards are just they're just casually just sleeping at their posts and so on like that, and they get hit with these specialty arrows. Not just normal arrows, but they're arrows that make sure that they die like instantaneously. One guy falls off. He probably doesn't die instantaneously. He probably falls off as he's dying in midair and smashes on the ground.
Right, right, dude. When they tossed a grenade into all the guys in the chow hall, just like trying to get a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, fuck all of you, you're all dead.
You just blow that place up. Yeah, they just full on go and murder their way in. They're like, we're saving the president. It doesn't matter.
Well, they wiped out that camp. That camp had no survivors. No one lived.
No, not after you spray the toxic gas as they're sleeping.
No. No.
They probably could have snuck in, got the president out, and like no one would have even noticed. Instead, they're like, no, all 50 of us want to go in.
Right. Right. Which I was a little like confused too. Like, cause so we like you have that first camp scene, which before I get sidetracked. That camp, the way it's set up, the gates, the buildings, the lighting, the guard posts, is all MGS1. Like when you look at it, you're like, dude, this is I get now why that was like his influence. Like the aesthetic is all MGS1.
Yeah, especially even like Metal Gear, the original one too. If you think about it, both Metal.
Oh yeah, just MG1. My bad.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I'm like, well, I know that, like, yeah, maybe you throw some snow on that on that African terrain, but yeah, but like, no, it like 100% looks like Metal Gear 1 and 2. And I think also because those games take place in Africa anyways.
Yeah, Zanzibar lands in Africa.
So you there's so many of those things that you can see there, and just like you look at the MSX graphics and or even the NES one too, and it just looks 100% just like this movie.
Right.
Even
when Snake is running through the brush, and it's like the outside the camp parts where you're going like in between facilities.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the gun battle in the wadis and whatnot that they were having.
Yeah, no, definitely has that, and even like if you think about Metal Gear Solid 5, since that one kind of takes place in whatever it takes place literally at the same time as this movie, or the movies when it's made.
Afghanistan and Angola.
Yeah, but it's got like that. Even Metal Gear 5 has a similar look because it's kind of got that severe kind of desert to it.
Same type of conflicts too.
Yep. So
those weird African conflicts.
Yeah. So like it's like there's a lot of stuff in here that like it does like when you kind of know, like those pretty much the other Metal Gear Solid or other Metal Gear games, it really stands out a lot. And you go, oh wow. Even in another one too is I think of like the way that Roger Moore is, where he's just fucking going stealthy and he's got a big fat fucking cigar.
I know. He's like sitting there smoking on his cigar while he's like trying to be sneaky. Guards all around him. Yeah. No one can smell it.
No.
Fucking ridiculous.
He has a huge stogie just the whole time, just blasting people.
Right. Dude, I've been playing MGS5 again.
Have you been? I've been kind of wanting to give that one another go too. You know what I mean?
I got into the same spot to where like my interest in the game started to slow down, where you like start building up the defenses for your base and everything, and
yeah,
I don't know, like the game has terrible pacing, but I really forgot how fun it was to like get everybody all ramped up, or just to like go full retard and just kill everything.
Yeah.
like I basically am using the guns that they used in this movie. They're like 308 battle rifles, and I'll just like set up explosions on one end so it'll blow up and they all run out into the open, and then I'm just like long range gunning people down.
Well, that's
full on
the thing is,
demon mode.
that game has such good gameplay. That's the one thing
Yeah.
about it. Like the gameplay in it is so amazing. It's just
Right.
as it gets kind of farther along, once it gets past like whatever the first chapter or whatever you want to kind of call that, first act it is, and then you start to get into like the second one, and you don't question it too much. But then you start wondering, like, well, why does stuff start going away? And then it gets to the repeating missions part, and then it just kind of ends as it
Right.
does. But that's the thing. There's still great takeaways in there. And,
It makes you wish that Konami would have just like, and I get it, like there was probably too many like battles of wills.
Mhm.
At Konami, you have Hideo Kojima, who's a fucking, like, let's be honest, he's a fucking maniac. That dude is something else. He's crazy. And I could just see like everything that he was doing in that game, and just like, from building his own engine, just being like, nope, nope, no other engine's good enough for me. I have to have my own engine completely.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Konami was just looking at the cost of the game, just being like, we specialize in slot machines, Hideo. You're fucking killing us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like that. Sometimes that's the thing. Especially the older I get, I always kind of look at like whenever there's situations. That goes with like movies as well too, and so on like that. And I can kind of look at it from like the producer angle and go, okay, I kind of get it. You can just see where some guys just start spending a bunch of like, whoa, 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 pump the fucking brakes here. What's going on?
Right.
It's just like, there's that free reign that like, can go out of hand real quick. I mean, even directors like Steven Spielberg could even fuck things up. That was like what 1941 was all about. He like blew tons of cash on that movie and it didn't make anything back. So like, even if you think you got the guy who's like, the best in the business, like you can still be a dangerous game. But the downfall of Metal Gear Solid 5 is I just wish that like, even if it was just like, that's a game that could almost be not maybe fully fixed, but just kind of like, at least, all rounded up with like just some DLC. It could have just, it wouldn't have been much to kind of get that game be like, okay, at least it's a beginning to end solid experience. Yeah, it could be better, and there's some other kind of goofy open world stuff in it. But beyond that, that's kind of what it is. It just feels like it got kind of chopped off with like the last like 10 to 15% missing.
Right. My thoughts would be, and I'm giving Hideo a lot of credit, is that, that was just like, you have every iteration of Metal Gear that comes out, and this is where like his genius is like just so evident. Each game is bridging a gap and building more into like his lore of just that game series. Like each iteration of it, like the way he jumps around from years, going from like Peace Walker, which is actually Big Boss, and then it goes straight into 5, and then you find out it's not, spoilers for everybody. Fuck you, you've had time to beat the game. He's not Big Boss, he's paramedic, or not paramedic, medic or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you learn all the lore of that character, which is like Big Boss's right-hand man. Him and Ocelot are like the two heads, or two main support pillars for Outer Haven and all his like endeavors. He was in the first MGS games. You actually kill Medic in MGS2.
Yep.
Right? You don't kill Big Boss, you kill Medic. And it's like, oh shit, he just tied everything together. Like, I see why this was important to him, and I'm giving him credit. Like, he wanted a game engine to keep going further on, possibly, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm assuming there's probably more and so on like that. So
I bet there would have been more.
Yeah. There would at least been like a follow up that would have wrapped a lot more things together and so on. Because I was just like, also like, there's that part where Boy Liquid just takes off with all his slaves, steals a Metal Gear, is just like flipping the bird, like see ya, and then you never see him again in the game. It's like that's it. Like, come meet me when I'm a fucking adult.
Right, and it's like, why was he running around when like that was I don't know. That didn't make any sense, because it's like I thought him and Snake, like him and Solid, would have been being trained as like boys, like from the get.
Yeah.
Like, did he just like go on like a internship with old like Ratchet Face to go play around in Afghanistan or Angola or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like what's going on there, but You know, it's even something that I thought always would have been kind of cool too, is a Metal Gear 1 and 2 like full on remake of those games. Because
Yeah,
those
that'd
games
be
are so
cool.
heavily referenced and just story wise and so on like that. And of course, they put the MSX versions. You can play them on like the Metal Gear Collection, and Metal Gear Solid 3 had them, and the new set even has the NES version and so on.
Right.
But like it's one of those ones like for as big a lore as in those stories and so on like that, it would be kind of interesting just to full on throw those like into a full on like the whatever the Fox engine or whatnot, and just give them a
Right.
full on remake in 3D. You could add a lot more stuff to there and so on like that.
I feel like you just can't do it without Hideo.
Well, yeah, you'd have to. That's the thing is you can't. That's why
It
they're
won't
just
be the
doing.
same.
That's why they're doing the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, because it's like they already have the script. They don't really need to worry about anything else.
Right. Right. And even like the people who are making it are all like, we really don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah, got a lot.
What would Hideo do? I read one article where one of the producers was like, I would love to see Hideo Kojima come back
Yeah,
and, spearhead another Metal Gear project,
yeah, or
which
even
is
just
it's crazy.
yeah. I do kind of hope that you can kind of see the gears turning for Konami, and hopefully they will start getting more new things coming from their old series. Because it's like, okay, they kind of tried it with putting out a bunch of kind of collections and so on like that. They had the handful of Castlevania collections. They did the Contra ones. They just put out a new Contra not too long ago. So it's like, it looks like, they're putting, there's a lot of like DLC of Castlevania and other games as well too. So it's like, I feel like they're testing the waters. They're doing that thing. They're like, okay, let's see how much people like this. And then of course you got the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake coming in. They have the Silent Hill 2 remake. So I mean,
doing stupid stuff with the Metal Gear one, where it's like exactly to your point, where they're like, "Do you guys actually want this Metal Gear game? Let us know. Comment on this post." And it's like, well, no shit, we want that game. You stupid fucks.
Well, I think what happened too is I think Konami just saw the money that Capcom was making off of just straight remaking like their games, and they're like, "Oh shit, we can do that."
Right.
Okay, right. Get Silent Hill 2 out there. Get Metal Gear 3. We'll get this going.
Right. Those dirty bastards.
But yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about Wild Geese. Sorry to go back to it, but I was gonna take. Well, you kind of already said that it was like you really enjoyed it.
See,
it kind of sounds like
I did quite enjoy it because I've watched it twice. I'm like, I fucking like this one.
I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was just so British. But I mean,
British.
There were some hilarious parts in it, though. Like when the game medic gets chopped down with machetes, because he's schwacking everybody, right? And then the dude pulls out the machete, and I can't remember what he says, but he pulls out his knife and he kills that guy real quick, and then it's just game over.
Yeah, he just gets overran. Well, that's the thing. It's like this movie does get brutal. Like people get fucking taken out.
That part was super brutal. He got literally like ganged up on with like 5 dudes with machetes just stabbing him.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh God, no, no."
Well, it's even like towards the end, it's like, I know this is jumping around a bit there, but like, because they have the mission, they rescue the president, of pretty much the Congo in a sense, like of some district section of that, and
some leader, some African leader.
Yeah, because they don't give you exact, because everything's kind of like a little bit of a twist on real life events. But so that kind of goes well, and then it's like getting out of Africa that's the challenge in a sense. Like they got the mission done, they're able to take care of everything there, but trying to get out of there, now they're just being overrun by the Simbas and so on like that,
Right. Most hilarious name for a movie. Watching it with the childhood I've had.
Yeah, I know. Because those ones I was like, they keep calling that, and then I'm like, I need to look this up. I'm like, I wonder is that some weird British racial slur, or is that what they actually were called?
That's what they actually were.
Yeah, because there was.
And then now you're like, did the Lion King steal that from these actual people
from the Congo Wars of the '60s?
Yeah, what's the name of Simba? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, he's named after a Congo gang, pretty much, because that's pretty much what
Right.
that is. I was looking that up, and I was like, oh, okay, so the Simbas was pretty much, the mining gangs of like the Congo area that they had to fight all those wars
Right.
with.
They're basically kind of like almost like a terrorist revolutionary unit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, pretty funny.
So yeah, you got those guys just in their like overwhelming odds and so on like that, and they just keep coming after him, and so on. And so there's that cool bridge scene where they're trying to escape there, and like I think that's like almost like the first part, For
Dude,
some reason,
yeah.
one of the trucks breaks down, which almost feels like it was set up that way, but like they never go any farther into that. And then this plane comes by and just starts shooting the living daylights out of them as they're stuck there and whatnot, and they're fighting back, against a plane, and then drops a bomb on them and burns a bunch of guys too in the process.
Yeah, that one plane took out like almost half the dudes.
Yeah, because we start with like 50 guys, getting all trained and ready to go into this, and everybody's pumped.
50 old dudes.
Yeah, 50. That's what it is. Like we get a bunch of old guys, we take them back to boot camp and whatnot, get them all prepared, And,
Bunch of 50, 40-year-old dudes going on 70.
Well, it's almost like because if you think about it, this movie takes place, it's made in '78, but it takes place in the '60s. So it's almost like it's a bunch of World War II guys that like had nowhere else to go, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, I want to go back in action."
Right. Right.
It's like regular life sucks.
Right. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It'd be fun.
yeah. I always look at that. I'm like, yeah, I could see that sign up. Why not? You know what I mean? Fucking go to the jungle. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, make a buttload of money.
Yeah, as long as it all works out. I mean, and for a lot of those guys too, it's like they're if they die, their money still go. It's like not like it's like what a bigger chunk for the rest of us. It's like no, they all got set up where it goes either their family or the little boy in his fucking prep school.
Oh God, yeah.
Here's some Christmas presents. I won't be able to make it.
Right. Yeah, I think it was like only 11 dudes survived.
Yeah. It's got better odds than the Great Escape, but it's still not great.
The Rafer guy, who's like, he was indispensable, had to take him away from his son. He was like, no, I need you, Rafer.
Yeah.
You're the only man. It was like, he's supposed to be like the most brilliant tactician ever, but when he puts on his glasses, his eyes get all big. He's like looking at a map. He's just like, yes, we'll just go in here, and here, you're going to smoke all these guys with a hand grenade. Kill them fucking all.
Yeah, we don't give a damn about them. It's okay. We're British.
We're going to be stealthy with hand grenades.
Yeah, they won't see it coming. There's a lot of hand
Roger Moore, make sure you have your cigar lit 24/7. We must know where you are.
Yeah, it's all form of radar.
Yes. But dude, when they realized the plane took off, they realized they got basically betrayed, right?
Yeah.
And it's all sinking in. And I think it's like all the officers, the Dutch South African guy, Roger Moore's character, the main alcoholic loser mercenary who got everybody roped in to die.
Yeah, Richard Burton.
And then and then Rafer. And Rafer's just like, he's like, I don't know. We're going to take over the country. You're like, what? What? You know the part I'm talking about, right? Where he's like, we're going to start a revolution.
Yeah.
We can do it.
He's like, come on. It'll be just like the 1800s again.
Yeah. They're like, we only have 50 dudes. He's like, we'll go town to town. We'll start a revolution.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. I didn't get that part.
No, I don't know what was going on there. Just like then there's the one dude too who like he's carrying the president, and then he decides he's just gonna use all his racial slurs because he's got.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what is he? He's crippled. He can't do anything.
Yeah, the Dutch South African guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like it's given that message of like it's like they're going to get along at some point, they have to work together kind of thing.
No, he dies.
No, he does. Yeah, he does. Everybody dies.
I know.
But like I think that was like they're trying to really get that South African message across in the 70s there to make it like no England and
Right.
Africa can work together.
Right. Well, no, I mean, it definitely was because he was like my family's been on farms for generations, which is like the entire South African issue.
Yeah.
I don't even know enough to even really comment on that.
No,
All my knowledge comes from Lethal Weapon 2, this movie.
That's what I was gonna say. You don't want to go to South Africa? Well, why don't I go to South Africa? Because you're black.
Yeah, right. Right.
That's really where I learned about the South African issue was Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, little kid like, oh.
It makes sense, But yeah, I guess it's that thing that it sounds weird. But
how many dudes watched that and were like, hell yeah, brother. Okay.
Yeah. It's like one of those
It's
ones.
like, whoa.
And I think for that dude who like, he's like, I'm just as African as you are. He's blonde haired,
Right.
blue eyed.
Right. There's a
Like, I don't know what's the fucking difference.
there's a South African champion in the UFC right now, Dricus du Plessis.
Uh-huh.
He's white, and he was fighting Israel Adesanya, which his family immigrated to New Zealand, but he's from Nigeria, like was born in Nigeria. So he's like, I'm going to be the real Israel Adesanya is like, I'm going to be the real African champ. And Dricus was saying that too. He's like, I was born here. I'm African. And it is funny, but I mean, in a way you are though. Like if you multiple generations born in a place, like you kind of become from that place, right?
Just like being a Native American is if you've lived here for a handful of generations. What
Right.
are you? You're not European anymore.
Dude, my grandma is so white trashy, but she's dead now, so this is totally fine. But she was so white trashy that she used to tell everybody that she was Native American. She had Native American blood because she was trying to scam the system the whole time, but she couldn't like actually pull it off because she was stupid.
You just trying to get that casino money.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure every time she had to like prove it, she was just like, "Oh shit." Oh no.
Let's be honest. There is some of those people that get in there. They slide in with like that 2%. Like like okay,
Right.
If you are 2%, you pretty much are not at all anymore.
Right. Yeah, there is a few of those. No, she was as Native American as Elizabeth Warren. Like straight up just completely wrong.
No, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when you think about South Africa, though, it's kind of like that was trying to be like another America at one point, just did not go.
Yeah, it was like a Dutch colony.
Yeah, it was a Dutch colony. Then the English took it over.
Right.
And then the English never left. Just like many other places that the English never left, like Hong Kong. It took them a long time to leave there.
Right. And they all wish they didn't.
No, yeah, because whoa. You're protecting the communism.
Yeah. Damn it, England. Why'd you have to go? Anti-colonialism.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good run for 400 years.
Well, this podcast had a good run. Apparently, we're pro-colonialism. We need more blood diamonds, and we need more delicious Chinese tea. Get in there, England. Let's go.
Well, that's like even of like speaking of even like 007, Ian Fleming, I think, because he lived in Jamaica or whatnot, so he thought of himself as true Jamaican. Though let's be honest, there is no such thing as a true Jamaican. They all died like literally the first time someone showed up on that island.
I don't know anything about Jamaica.
It took one visit, and all those natives didn't make it by the next time they came back.
All I know about Jamaica in like Jamaican culture comes from Predator 2 because they're the gang members that get killed. What I'm saying is all my social studies knowledge of the world comes from movies, particularly from the 90s.
That's the important part. Well,
Yeah.
well, Ian Fleming, after World War II, he moved to Jamaica and wrote all the 007 books down there, and he stayed there his entire life.
Well, good for him. I'm sure he was happy.
Yeah, he had Errol Flynn live next to him, and apparently they didn't get along, which sounds hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
And then when Ian Fleming passed away, they actually offered the house to Bob Marley, and he said he didn't want a house that big.
Dude, that's so gangster. That's like the most gangster thing to say.
You know what's funny too is like with Ian Fleming's house down there too. It was like total like old school like 1800s or whatever when it was built, or maybe even 1700s. Had no windows in it or anything like that. Like literally everything was open aired.
Oh,
So like
actually,
birds and shit
I mean, that's
flew through.
I bet it's probably awesome though, like on the ocean though.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. You're on the Caribbean down there and everything like that. And granted, back in those days, it's not like it's you know what I mean. You're just in your place. You got your typewriter for writing your 007 books. You're smoking 70 cigarettes a day, so you need a little bit of ventilation.
Right. Yeah, dude. But it's crazy how many of those like old school writers too, just like would smoke.
Yeah, just all the time.
Yeah.
It's just because like you calculate that out. That's like having a cigarette like every like 10 to 15 minutes, like
Dude,
continuous.
Stephen King did that. All his best works were like under the influence of nicotine. And then he shifted to where he would put a cigarette up on like his computer, and it turned into like, I think it was like complete a chapter, get a cigarette. And then it turned into like complete a part of a book, get a cigarette, to complete the book, get a cigarette. And he kept it to that level. And that's why there's like a space of time where he was like a book a year almost. So he's just like jonesing, like, I'm dying.
Well, it's so funny how Stephen King's like the guy who's like the hardcore addict. He smoked a ton. He drank a ton. Like some of those books, he was just hopped up on alcohol like the entire time and listening and blasting AC/DC, And then other times he was all coked out, where like it's like he didn't even remember writing certain books.
Well, those are like his best books were the ones where he was like a fucking maniac, in my opinion.
It's kind of true because there is definitely something to be said for when guys are just like going hard. Like sometimes you get some great like artwork up. The downfall is there's only like a period of time you can do that with. It's like it maximizes for a moment and then it comes crashing down really bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at Hunter S. Thompson. Like that was like his entire existence.
It was experimenting with different ways.
Yeah. And then as soon as like his body started to fail because he's abusing it so much, he fucking killed himself.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. He was like, this isn't fun anymore. It's too hard. I'm all fucked up now.
Yeah, you can only experiment for so long.
Dude, I love have you ever read or like seen anything on like Loathing on the Campaign Trail with Hunter S. Thompson?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. I think that's the one where he's following as a reporter. The funniest one is when he was running for like some sort of seat in like Colorado, and he shaved his head and he was going against like a Democrat or something like that. I can't remember exactly who he was going up against. Oh no, it was a Republican. He shaved his head and he was calling him a long hair hippie and saying he was addicted to ivermectin or something like that. Or Ibogaine.
Yeah, Ibogaine.
Addicted to Ibogaine. Yeah. Oh, so fun.
Yeah, I just love how he just had he hung up the Hell's Angels for a while, wrote that book and so on like that.
Right. Yeah.
Gotta do all kinds.
Also, some of the best movies, like any Johnny Depp movie where he's playing Hunter S. Thompson, it's like sign me up. This movie's gonna be phenomenal.
Plus then also in like I feel like the Fear and Loathing when you also get what's his name Benicio del Toro, which I remember I love. Dunnigan had this. He perfectly described it. He's like, if Al Pacino and Scarface made people want to wear a Hawaiian shirt, like Benicio del Toro made people want to throw that out.
Right. Oh God.
But yeah, no, those are
Dude,
always
that's such a
good.
good movie.
And I haven't seen that one in a good while, but I do have it. So yeah.
Right. Back to Wild Geese.
But yeah, Wild Geese. Only stogies and alcohol is being used here. It's old school. So
It is very old school. It's not the film to watch if you're like really into like war action stuff and you want it to be, as realistic as they could possibly make it while still fun. Because this is full on old school, shooting from the hip while sprinting.
yeah.
Which maybe they did that back then. I don't
Well,
fucking
it's
know. I've
funny
seen
'cause
some videos.
there's literally a dude like because like half these guys are actually from the military that are in this
Right.
thing. And then there's also, I mean, even Roger Moore is from the military. I don't know what he did exactly, but
Right.
and then there's like the dude who was in who this whole story this based off of, who the Richard Burton character's playing. I gotta flip through. That guy had a cool name. But they do Michael Mad Mike Horse.
Yeah.
Or Whores, maybe as his name is. Yeah, call me Whores. But that dude like was one of the mercenary guys in the Congo Wars and so on like that. And he was on set kind of like coaching everybody on all this stuff. So it's like sometimes I see that and it's just like I just think it's like probably it's just like that was like at the time what they were going with, and it's just skills got much more advanced as time went on.
Right. Maybe because I mean I've seen like World War II footage where like the technique was to like shoot full auto at the hip,
Uh-huh.
but I mean the my biggest issue is when they're all grouped up together so they could all just die in one moment when an explosion happens. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. So get off that bridge.
Yeah, mainly because I just didn't want them all to die. But as soon as they got betrayed, I was like, oh no, I
Yeah,
see where this movie's going.
well, it's 70s too. So like 70s mostly means that like bad shit's going to happen.
Right.
If it was
All
if it
these
was
old
80s,
men with
not
families
as
are going to
much.
die.
Yeah. But yeah, here it's gonna, and it's like one of those ones like it almost feels like one of those movies that could go where like, well, like how many guys are gonna actually make it at the end here? You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Right.
they get to a point where they're like, they've already lost like half the dudes from that fucking bridge, and then they find this like Irish Catholic whatever fucking preacher dude down there. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, I know I'm a
Yeah.
fucking preacher, but get the fuck out of here! Oh, you're just fucking causing havoc, you bunch of goons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, and then they finally like coax him in. They're like, well, come on, man, just like fucking like help us get out of here. He's like, well, there's an old beater plane just, over yonder. You can take it. I flew it in. It's okay.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't refill it on the way in.
This guy right here with the lit stogie looks like he could fly anything. So have
Yeah,
him take a look at it.
that was in your job description.
Right. Dude, I get what you mean though when it turns into one of those films where you're like, who's gonna actually survive? Makes me think of like the first time you watch Tears of the Sun. You're
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. You're like, okay, who's gonna make it out?
Yeah, And funny in this movie here, The Wild Geese, the dude who gets everybody involved in this and pretty much gets everyone pumped up for going back into war and so on like that after 20 years, is the one guy who makes it in the end.
Right. Him and Roger Moore, who like Roger Moore was never in danger like the whole film.
No, he gets shot in the leg through a plane. That's the only time.
Right.
And it's like one of those ones I couldn't remember. Like when I was watching this movie again, I'm like, I know he gets shot right there. I'm like, does he? I can't remember. Does he die? And I'm like, no, just a
Right.
flesh wound.
Right. He's just there at the end. That ending part was fun though. Where it's like once again, so fucking British. Like the whole thing, like walks in and he's like, I bet you didn't expect to see my person here again. Some ridiculously British dialogue. I don't know, man. I can't do it. I can't do the extreme Britishness.
The extreme Britishness of it. I love that ending though. I think the ending's fucking awesome because he like Richard Burton comes in and really chews some scenery there, and I like how he's telling the dude who hired him, who kind of fucked him all over and whatnot like that, and he's like for the last 3 months I've been preparing this speech. I've been working on it every single day. I've been waiting to say it to you right now, but now that I'm here in front of you, I don't think I want to say it anymore. Like just the way he goes about that, and then like, the speech he does have. And stuff. He's like, you're gonna get all that money there. You're gonna throw into a safe and whatnot like that, you know. And he's like, and then the other dude's like, that's okay. He's like, that's half the money. I'll get you the half later and whatnot. He's like, you know, that might be fine, but we don't want half the money. You know what? I think for all the men that have died and so on like that, I don't think that's good enough. I'm just gonna take what's here and I'm just gonna kill you right now.
Right. Right. Well, and the reason why he betrayed him, like, it's one of those realistically like so stupid reasons just to betray a bunch of dudes who just pulled off a super successful mission.
Yeah.
It's just all down to money.
Yep.
Yeah. You're just like, okay. Well, that's fucked.
Yeah, he's just like, you know, I just want to save some money, and I put a hit out on you for a couple of contracts out there, so.
Right. Right. But I mean, I don't know. I guess the mercenary life is hard.
Yeah. Well, I think this was one of those like first movies that of like kind of like that. It started like the sort of the mercenary genre of movies because there's a handful of other ones that kind of come right after this. I mean, I guess you could say the Dirty Dozen. That's like 10 years earlier. That's like a mercenary one. So much.
God, that's another fantastic one.
I fucking love that one.
Yeah, that also has Bronson.
Yeah, that's there, Charles, because Charles Bronson, for a long time, he's always like the fifth wheel of like a movie. Like you kind of forget, like, oh yeah, he is in that.
Right, and he also survives.
Yeah,
he's one of the few that makes it.
Yeah, it's not like in the Great Escape where he gets the PTSD of like underground.
Right, dude. I think I almost like the Dirty Dozen more than the Great Escape if I'm talking Bronson films.
Dirty Dozen's fucking good. Like
that's a good damn movie.
I mean, like
it's fucking funny. Like its comedic parts in it are just so good.
Yeah, no. It's got a lot of that there. It's got a Lee Marvin in it too, who's fucking always awesome.
yeah, he's never not good.
You know, yeah. As I said, I like the Great Escape. The Great Escape's also funny in weird ways too, just for the fact I know we talked about this before, but like
the guards.
Yeah, just the guards. It's like it almost just feels like they're at like a Boy Scout camp that they can't leave. That's like they're like your parents said you can't leave. Like it's really not bad for the Americans one bit.
Right. We like having you here. You're much better than the Russians.
Yeah
much more fun.
Yeah, fuck the Russians. But yeah, it's more like the Americans just create havoc because they're Americans.
Right. I mean, that is an American thing to do. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that is. You know, tournament camp, fucking bitch. You're like, what are you gonna do?
That's what would have made Wild Geese better. They needed some good old American boys on that team. Yeah, to just inject that American dumbness.
I feel like Wild Geese was like, no, this got to be as British as fuck. Like that was part of the whole thing. Like, it's like it reminds me because it's like I've heard like some other people that like I think if you're in England, this was one of those movies that was like you watch the living fucking daylights out of it. Like this went up there in like one of those like top tier war movies. It said that like in the U.S. this movie got kind of a very limited distribution because whatever company had it like fucking went out of business like right afterwards.
I don't think it would do very well. Like I said, it's very British.
Yeah,
you know what really I mean?
Relying off of like Roger Moore, I think like if you're the 007 fans to come see it is kind of the best case. Yeah,
right, and that's a different level of Britishness. The 007 Britishness is like they tune it down a bit. I feel like compared to Wild Geese.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because 007 kind of has a little bit like it's British. It's British. But it's got kind of like it can appeal worldly in a sense. Yeah. Wild Geese is definitely like, you remember what it was like to be in the war in England?
Right. Dude, there's a film where it's another like British war thing in Africa called like The Siege at Jagado.
Uh-huh. That sounds kind of
something like that. Yeah, it's like an Irish troop that like gets like waylaid out in Africa. Like an Irish, like I think they're UN. I'll have to look it up. But I mean, that film's way better. Let's be honest. They're very British and Irish and all that, but it's not like over the top. I don't know, man. I guess I'm nitpicking this movie based on its Britishness. I don't. It might also be like because I just watched The Patriot, like I don't know, Thursday, so like a couple days ago, yesterday maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be something like that. As I said, like it's one of those ones.
I got some Muldoon hatred going on in my heart. I'm seeing British people. I'm like, you fucking bastard. You burned that church, you bitch.
Tavington, burn the church, Captain. There's no honor in this. Burn the church, Captain.
Yeah. You said traitors to the crown should be punished, did you not? Yeah, he's Muldoon forever for me, though, right? He plays Muldoon, doesn't he?
No, the Tavington guy. That's not.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So he's in Harry Potter. He plays Malfoy's dad.
Oh, he is, huh?
Yeah.
Dirty little bitch.
So yeah, he always plays the bad British guy, in a film.
Right. Well, he kills it as Tavington.
Yeah, no,
Like it.
that's one of the best like bad guys in a movie.
I know he's fucking good. Like viciously good. And like the way he delivers his lines is like
Yeah.
perfect.
Top notch and so on like that.
Yeah, this stupid boy.
He's just brutal with him and everything like that. Yeah, fucking love it.
Dude, I also never really like recognized the fact of how badly Mel Gibson traumatized his sons when they watch him like go on a rampage that first time.
Yeah, it's like their first time going out.
Right. They're scared it's their first time. That one kid kills a lot of fucking British people.
Yeah,
Like that kid's gonna be like, I killed 5 men today. Holy shit. And like the little kid killed at least one. The younger brother. But then Mel Gibson, like, how many dudes does he hack up with a tomahawk and knife? Yeah, dude, like at least like maybe 5 or 6 of them.
yeah.
And
The kids are just
looking at his sons covered in blood, just like, ah.
yeah. We hear the music because we're watching the movie. They hear nothing but just the sounds of the screams of these British people.
Yes, just bleeding out in the dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mel Gibson's just heavy breathing. I never really thought about it until I was watching it. I was like, fuck, he tries this. Like, I'm shocked his kids, the little ones, like, kept talking to him.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have been like, no, Daddy, no.
He wanted to know what he did in the American Indian Wars.
Right. You want to know what Dad did? You want to know who I am? God, such a good movie, though.
No, it is fucking amazing. And there's also even a director's cut of that movie too that has a little bit of extended footage in it.
Really? I feel like I strategically watched The Patriot without knowing it. I think it was a sign from, George Washington to, to get a nice buffer of America going into this super British film.
Yeah, you didn't realize.
So thanks for that, Spence.
We just keep watching really like patriotic movies like every single time I notice. It's whether they be American patriotic or British patriotic. I was trying to get you to watch the Thailand patriotic movie.
What was the first one we did?
Borderline.
Oh, I guess it was, huh? The Donald Trump movie, yeah.
So we have.
I'm Charles Bronson.
Yeah, I almost said Red Heat. I guess it's Patriot.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, and then we have Wild Geese. We're just gonna watch patriotic films. Like I don't.
Next is gonna be Hunt for Red October. Patriot
Das
Games.
Boot.
Dude, Das Boot's a good movie. That's a good movie. Fuck. What's another good one? We'll watch Gallipoli. We got to give the Aussies some love.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't want to watch Gallipoli again.
It's not that great of a movie. We watched it.
Yeah, I take that back. Okay, you know what? Another movie that I think is dog shit? Lawrence of Arabia.
Really? You don't like
I
dogs.
think that movie is fucking dog shit. He is so gay. He is so gay, dude. Oh my gosh, like some of those scenes where he's like his face is all dirty, but his eyes are like super blue, and he like will be like, "I'm just here because I love you, people." Just some stupid thing he would say to the Arab warlords. I don't know. I don't know.
It-
That movie's
it-
dumb,
when you come there from England with love.
dude. He was ridiculous. I can't remember most of the movie because I was so bored out of my mind.
Well, it's like 4 hours long too.
It is. I will never, never watch that again. I was very disappointed. I'll watch just about anything else. And I don't think you were the one who told me to watch it. Somebody did. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's one of like rated one of the greatest movies of all time." I was like, "Oh, I'll give it a go."
Yeah,
Oh,
I watched it. I watched it a very long time ago, and I do have it on DVD. And I've been kind of wanting to give it a go again because I haven't seen it forever. Because I like the Lawrence of Arabia story.
oh, the story's awesome.
Yeah,
The movie's weird. Lots of long shots of the desert and
you,
sand blowing.
you got to get that in there and so on.
I think it was just like revolutionary the way they shot it and made like the scenery almost like a character of itself.
Yeah, I
The
think
environment.
it's like as far as filmmaking goes, I think it's got a lot of that big stuff in there.
Yeah, very groundbreaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely got. I'll say this: it's a movie you got to be probably in the mood. Is the key thing.
I don't think I could ever be in the mood, but I see what it's like inspired like that style of filmmaking, those style of shots. I mean, you take it to like a modern movie like Horizons does the
Uh-huh.
same thing, or Hostels,
Yeah,
or even what was it like Wind River or whatever, the one with Jeremy Renner.
yeah. Where he's at the
I think it's
reservation.
right.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what movie did not do that? Wild Geese. They did a lot. They did a lot of British talking with tea drinking.
Yeah, well, they got a bit of that, but then there's quite a bit of action in it. There's some good shootouts.
Yeah,
Shoot up
yeah.
left and right. You know what I mean? Like
Well, you hit the nail on the head for being a '70s movie. It was fucking brutal. Like they they killed so many people.
yeah, it's pretty action packed for a '70s movie too. Because a lot of '70s movies, and that's not saying this is a bad thing, but a lot of '70s movies kind of do that thing where they start off and there's maybe like one action scene in the beginning, and then there's like an hour or so where like nothing really happens. It's not that the movie's uninteresting, but like just nothing really happens. And this is like a lot of horror movies are like this too, where like it's building up, but it's at the end of the day you can't really say what really happened there, and then it finally like the last like half an hour or 20 minutes or something like that, it's like maybe even less than that, it all kind of like, okay, here's your action. Where this movie,
Right.
realistically, it starts off with action, and then they kind of go to building the team, then they go to training, so you can kind of still say that's kind of action and sort of like that. And then like the
Right.
second half of the movie is all the African, like if not even more than the second half, is all like the from the stealth mission part to the rescue to, oh shit, everything's going downhill. Here's all these other shootout scenes and so on. They definitely got a lot going on for this time.
Right.
And it's got good violence in it and so on like that. People get their throats slit, get shot in the head and whatnot like that.
Right.
There's even the part too, like towards the very end, where the one dude with the fucking kid, he's like running. He's like the last one. They're like taking off. They get the plane going. Roger Moore's like fucking against Star, and they're like getting everybody who's left on board. And he's fucking running. He's like the last dude, and there's just like all these Simbas chasing him. Which when you say that nowadays to a kid, it's like a bunch of lions. No, bunch of African Congo guys chasing after him, and stuff like that. And there's a part where like he gets shot in the leg, and he can't keep up with the plane anymore. And he asks Richard Burton. He's all like, fucking shoot me. Kill me. Do not let them
Right.
get to me. You know what I mean? And like, he thinks about it for a second. He's like, I can't do it. And then finally he does and just blast him down because they're just gonna fucking brutally murder him if
Right.
you don't want to be partially alive. Literally,
And
the
Richard
dude
Burton.
they fucking the guy that the president they saved is fucking crippled from whatever the fuck these guys did to him.
Right. Right. And Richard Burton's character, he hadn't been drinking in a few days, so his aim was steady.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a little bit that popped up on like the trivia on like the Amazon Prime that was like where Roger Moore's like he's like I was really the only one who was out drinking every single night here, so it was just some of the guys were just hanging out together, and I just went into town and I drank with anybody.
Yeah, I want to drink with Roger Moore. That'd be cool.
I know. Who doesn't want to be hanging out with Roger Moore? That's my favorite
I
number
know.
7. So
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you because there's something to be said you gotta love the Sean Connery films for what they are.
yeah,
Like some of the best ones, like was it You Only Live Twice?
that's my favorite Sean Connery one. Is You Only Live Twice.
Yeah, that one is like such a perfect movie.
Yeah,
And it's so fun.
that's in my top 5 favorite Bond movies. Is You Only Live Twice.
Right. It's so fun. So it's like you got that high point of Connery, and then I actually like Timothy Dalton. I thought his
I
film.
love Timothy Dalton. He's only got 2 movies, but those 2 movies are really fucking good.
Yeah, it's License to Kill, right? And fuck,
The Living Daylights.
Living Daylights. Yeah, both fantastic films.
Yep,
And then Roger Moore, I think my favorite's Moonraker.
that's my favorite too. I fucking love Moonraker.
Yeah, Moonraker's great. Man with the Golden Gun is so fun. Dude,
Yeah.
holy shit. Did you know that the stuntman who filmed the scene where he runs across the gators or the crocodiles, did you know that was like done without wires and he actually ran over those crocodiles?
You know what? Since it's 70s, I can believe that.
Bro, you could go watch it. Like he fails a couple takes.
Really?
Dude, it's terrifying. They're real fucking crocodiles. At one scene, he's like running and he hits the last one and like it goes under, like its buoyancy just goes down enough to where he like kind of falls in the water. And he's like, oh fuck, trying to get out. But yeah. So those two are fucking my favorite Moore films.
I like View to a Kill quite a bit too.
Yeah. Pierce
When Christopher
Brosnan's. Yeah, that one's good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power.
More power.
Yeah, well, Pierce Brosnan,
Yeah.
I'll say this, like, if you want, like, I think Pierce Brosnan, he's kind of like the best, like, definition of 007, if that makes any sense. Like, I
He
feel
was
like
the best
he,
version
like,
of the
checks
fantasy
all the
Bond.
boxes. Yeah, he just, I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's got the look, he's got the build, he's got, like, the acting and everything like that, you know what I mean? Just all across the board, I think really solid there. They always say Timothy Dalton's kind of the closest to, like, the book Bond.
Right. Which makes sense.
Yeah, because he's a little bit more brutal, a little bit more rough, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. The Pierce Brosnan films too had like that fun, like they took the Bond fantasy elements to it, like the crazy gadgets, all that
Yeah.
stuff. They really turned it up. So those are, I mean, who doesn't love GoldenEye?
No,
Who doesn't love?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's so many of the Pierce Brosnan ones that are like, phenomenal.
Yeah.
The Daniel Craig ones, I gotta say, I like never have watched any of those ones and been like, wow, that's like now one of my new favorite Bond films.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how, I mean, I enjoy
They're
them.
enjoyable. Yeah.
But they're the perfect example of like the 2000s issue where it's like it gets grounded in reality too much. And see, here's the thing is like where Bond is one of those ones, it's not like here's a real war event and now they've kind of like spiced it up. No. Like Bond is,
Right.
it's supposed to be a little bit like over the top. He's supposed to have the fun gadgets and so on like that. And don't get me wrong, like I really like Casino Royale. I think that one's good. Even Quantum
great.
Solace, and the third one fucking of his. What the hell is that one called again? Skyfall. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all great, but they just almost like if you compare them to any of the older Bonds, it's really kind of hard to be like, like I think it's like that's the only thing about those ones. And the last two, like Spectre's kind of that sounds like that should be a really fucking good one because you got the dude from what's his name from Django and
From-
fucking Glorious Bastards. Shit,
Uh,
the German dude.
I know. I can't think of his name. I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, literally playing,
which fucked up because he's so amazing.
yeah, exactly.
Christopher, is it Christopher something?
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Watts. Okay.
And so, like, dude, you think it's gonna be like, oh shit, here's Bond, and he's gonna be up against his greatest enemy and whatnot like that. And he's like, he's actually oddly barely in that movie. And then they pull that same. This is the part I always think is the weirdest part about that Bond one. They literally give the Austin Powers 3 origin story where Bond and fucking him, Blofeld, are literally like related, like in a sense. It's like they're brothers. I'm like, dude, that's what they did in fucking Austin Powers 3 as a joke.
Right.
And even as a joke in Austin Powers 3, I thought that was like, that's kind of lame. So why would you pull that in 007? Like, yeah, it's just, there's some weird stuff in there. You know what I mean? Like,
because daddy wasn't there.
Yeah, some people they like. There's this thing in storytelling, and it happens in movies, and I call it like when they try to cul-de-sac a movie. And what I mean by that is when they try to make everything feel like it all happens right next.
Yeah. Like make the story circular.
Yeah, and it's fucking annoying. It's like perfect example was like on like the non George Lucas Star Wars movies, how they made Rey like, oh, she's fucking Darth Sidious's or fucking.
She's Palpatine's daughter.
Yeah, Palpatine's daughter, and I was like, see,
what?
Now you just did that again, where you try to make everything feel like it all happens on the same fucking block. Like it makes the.
Can you imagine
really
Palpatine
fucking small?
Can you imagine Palpatine coming into a chick just like power?
And obviously he did it when he was old. That's the weird thing when you think about it.
Do you want me to take off my dress? Do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember this. I was like, God, it's like, I think that would have been better just to, it's like when you keep it like, no, you're nobody. You're nobody special. But
I think we don't know where you came from, bitch.
Yeah. Like nobody knows. You're in a sense just a straight up orphan. I think that's more interesting. And I think it makes for a stronger character when you can, and it doesn't make the universe feel so fucking tiny. Like,
that's only one flaw of many. Star Wars films.
Yeah, well,
so bad.
I just call those ones. I call them pretty much the way I look at the ones that are not George ones. It's like they're just expensive fan fiction. That's all they are. They're not real.
Dude,
movies.
Yeah. I love the South Park joke on them. The Remember Berries. Remember Return of the Jedi? Awesome.
I love when those Remember Berries. There's one part where like one looks at everyone's like, "Remember when we were gonna kill you?" He's like, "I remember."
Yeah. Oh fuck!
But yeah, you know what? Just like you remember the Congo Wars of England when England still wanted to keep its colonies in check.
Dude, that would be a cool it's been long enough now, right? Maybe let's make some new films about that stuff.
Well, they mentioned somewhere in like I think it was on like the little Wikipedia article. They mentioned that there was like a remake thought of that was going to happen in the Wild Geese. There's actually a sequel to this movie, strangely enough, in '86.
Shit, the 11 guys go on another mission.
Well, it's like I kind of read a quick little synopsis or whatever, and it was like it is like another mission, but it's like Richard Burton's brother or whatever is on it because Richard Burton passed away. Like he was going to be in it, and then he died. And I think Roger Moore was actually going to be in it too, but he probably was like, if Richard Burton's not alive, I'm not doing it.
Right. Probably for the best.
Yeah, so who knows? It could either be a really great movie or you never know. Because sometimes there's those weird sequels that sound like they should not be like good, and then they're like, oh, dude, like maybe because like no one was really watching what was going on it, they actually put together a pretty solid movie.
Like Mortal Kombat 2? I
like Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I know, it's way better than the first one.
I mean, I like the first one, but I don't even know if I'd say maybe that. That's going a little bit far. But I feel like Annihilation still has like a fuck ton of characters in it, and I think that's like one of the cool parts of it.
That's the coolest part about it, and it takes it like to the next level of stupid. It's so bad, it's fun.
Yeah, like I feel like they're trying in that movie. It just feels like the budget just didn't come all the way through.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all, but it makes it great.
Baraka's just got like the mask, and it's just a rubber mask with like no movement on it.
Right. All their like fight scenes, I think they like slow them down.
Yeah, they're really in the slow motion thing there.
Right. Oh, it was fun though.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite Mortal Kombat film.
It's much better than that new live action one that they did.
I want to say I watched it. It wasn't like terrible, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's I would say that's how I describe it. It wasn't. It's not terrible, but it's
It
like
had good action. It had good action, but the storytelling was like kind of whack.
in the characters there was some kind of just dumb stuff with some of the characters. That's like kind of what it was. And they had to add in that like fucking Avatar character where it's like he's Scorpion's like late nephew thing, like
Yeah.
he's gonna be trying to figure out the world that we're getting. It's like dude, that's pretty much what Johnny Cage is. Like if you need to have somebody to be like your Avatar character, just have him be Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage can question everything that's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's as I say, it's not like the movie was bad, but I mean I was pretty disappointed. Like I thought like. It should have been better. It's like when the first two Mortal Kombats are like much better than this. It's like, come on, dude. And then the animated.
I'm surprised they didn't make them all. I'm surprised they didn't make them all related.
Yeah, all the fucking same cul-de-sac.
Right. Dude, one movie that did that good. Did you ever watch Warrior with is it Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy?
I know of that movie, but I've never seen it.
Oh shit, they actually did like a good job at like the whole like related aspect of the two main characters.
It made sense. It didn't just feel like that was just like put in there to try to like blow people's minds.
Yeah, it made sense in the sense that like, they're estranged brothers, but it's not like, they find out they're related at the end. Like they go into it knowing that they're related.
Oh,
but
okay.
like they hate each other. Oh, and it has Nick Nolte in it too.
Oh god, that's fucking Nick Nolte.
I'm surprised you haven't seen Warrior.
I know. I know of that movie. As I said, it's one of those ones I've looked at it before. I'm like, I should watch this at some point, but I just never actually.
Dude, you should watch it just so you could be gay and admire Tom Hardy's physique in that movie. His traps are fucking out of control.
Can I also admire Nick Nolte's physique in that movie? Because I bet you it looks great at this point when he's just old.
Yes, you can, and he goes full Nick Nolte in it. Like, it's phenomenal.
Oh, that's the bad. Nick Nolte's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen that movie.
Yeah,
you need to watch it. That's a good one.
It is. There's so many movies out there. You only get to so many in so much time.
Right. Story of my life.
Yeah, it's just like it's like my stack of DVDs, and then I keep buying stuff, and that you'll never. That's like the thing you get to is, especially the older you get, like you start getting those like things you're like, I'm gonna die, and there's a handful of these ones I will never watch. I just know it.
Of like movies you bought?
Yeah, exactly.
Which ones? Like, what did you buy that's just sitting there for like, collecting dust?
Oh, there's a lot.
That's a problem, bro.
I could take you on a tour. There's probably hundreds of movies. Not just like a few. Like, I mean, like, there's a lot, I bet.
Like super odd, random movies?
Yeah, probably. Well, there was that period of time when, like, I remember, like, it almost like, I called it like an arms race, and it happened between, like, a handful of us, where, like, we're just, like, buying DVDs like they're fucking going out of style. And there used to be those deals you'd get, like, the pawn shop, where, like, for like $20 you could walk away with close to like 15 to 20 DVDs. So like in that process, you would buy a shit ton of movies because you'd maybe spend 20 or $40 and you would walk away. And of course you'd watch like maybe 10 of them out of there, which is still quite a lot, but then you'd have like the extra 10 that you haven't got around to yet. And then the next time you bought more, you had an extra 10 and so on and so on. And it just happens.
I'm sure you'd find some just absolutely random movies too at a pawn shop.
Exactly. Well, sometimes I remember running across. There was a dude at a pawn shop where he was there when I was buying movies, and he would do the thing where he would just go and you go this one, this one, this one, and then I remember the dude at the pawn shop was telling me he's like yeah, he just comes in and any movie he doesn't have he just buys.
That's fucking crazy. That sounds like my Uncle Eddie. Yeah, that dude was a maniac.
The upside is that I guess you would have just the library, like you literally had your own video store in a sense. Which I
mean that was like my Uncle Eddie's house. You go into his basement and it was like wall to wall the shelving that they used at like Blockbuster, like like a movie store shelving, but like the really tall ones, like the Tuolumne video store that was next to Pizza Plus.
That was a great.
Remember how they had the massive shelves?
Yep.
He had that, and they were just jammed packed with VHSs when I was a kid. and
Yeah.
I would just like go through and I'd pick a movie and I'd go watch it.
Yeah, no, that's like the best too. When you go to someone's house, it's like you got all that stuff there. I mean, that's as I said, I
Well,
thought that was far
he
off
was
enough.
400 pounds and he didn't get out of his chair, so that's like all he did.
Well, at least he got around to watching his movies. I guess you could say that.
Right, right,
He had the time.
yeah.
I bet you he had Wild Geese in his collection if you looked hard enough.
He probably did. I would not be surprised. He's like, oh yeah, I just saw it somewhere. I bought it.
Yeah.
I had to have it.
You know, the worst part too is after a while, I've literally gotten the point where I've double bought movies because I did not realize I already had it.
Well, most likely it's probably cheap, so it's not that big of a loss.
It wasn't like I was totally out of but that's happened a few times where it's like buy a movie and then I go to put it in like the DVD shelf and you're like, there it is right there.
Dude, you know what always almost gets me is like I'll go into like a Dollar General or Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, one of those dollar type stores.
Something that ends in dollar.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll have like a little movie rack and it's all those like slammed together studio bundles, where it's like, here's all the mummies and, some other random movie that's totally not related, all on one DVD.
It's just all under the same production company, so that's why we slapped it together.
Right. I'm always tempted to buy some of those because I'm like, fuck, what was one of them? It was like Ghost of Mars and like a bunch of other like random movies from around the same time from the same studio. None of them like big successes at all. But it was like 5 movies on one DVD.
You might find some gems in those ones. That's what I've kind of learned. Is sometimes those sets like that, you don't think much of it. Here's one of those cool ones. Or you go in those like dollar stores too, and sometimes you find like the Spanish alternative versions of them where they got like it's still like an English movie, but like it's just got the Spanish case or the Mexican case or the Canadian case, even when it's in French.
Right. Dude, you're totally right though. You might find some gems. Like, remember hunting like old school kung fu, like DVD box sets? And you watch like, I can't remember, I had one where it was like 25 movies or something like that. All of them fucking sucked. Every single one was so shitty, but they had crippled masters on it, which is like one of the greatest kung fu movies ever.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen that one, but for anyone who hasn't seen Crippled Masters, you have one master who is like the greatest kicker of all time and then the greatest boxer. And they fight in front of like the local lord. And he's just like, oh, you're both good. I would like both of you to become my retainers. And they're like, we won't work together. That dude's an asshole. He just kicks. And so the local lord's like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? Cut the puncher's arms off, cut the kicker's legs off, and throw him in a fucking ditch. I'll show you for talking back to me. So then they link up together and like, don't they like just tie a rope to each other? So like the puncher's on the back of the kicker and they train each other in their martial arts.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go and get their revenge. Ugh.
Yeah, see, that's you get those movies once in a while where you do get a little gem in like the mix of them all.
Oh, it's so good.
You would have never saw any other way.
Have you seen Baby Cub and Samurai?
Oh, Lone Wolf and Cub?
Yeah, Lone Wolf and Cub. There we go.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I have.
Oh my god.
And there's a few
So
of them
amazing.
too. There's like 7 of them or something like that.
I know. It's like almost like a TV show.
Yeah, and then they're literally based off mangas or whatnot too.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah,
It's so good and like all the ridiculousness of it.
and you get the great because it's like 70s, so you get like super good violence in it.
Right. Or Five Elements Ninja. That's another phenomenal one.
Yeah. The fun thing about that is too is like you mentioned those sets of like the kung fu movies, and they used to be those ones where like you would get those sets for like literally Dollar Tree prices of like next to nothing. Now, granted, the copies were never really that great; they were just totally like, here's some grindhouse dub version.
100%.
And nowadays it's like when I go to search for kung fu movies, and if you want like the good copy though, it's like the thing is like the good copy's fucking expensive. It's like,
I like the grindhouse version of them though. It gives them their own it like has its own flavor to it. Like it's its own style of just everything. Like it's just you want that vibe. You want that aesthetic of it just like super low quality dubbing. Oh, it's so good.
See, the thing is, like, the dubbing is like, I like to have the Chinese dialogue more. I want the subtitles a little bit. I feel like it takes me more to the moment. I like, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong if for a fun dubbing and something like that, but I like when I get like the straight up, like, I want the Chinese. I mean, I know that's technically dubbed too, because there's no such thing as the first Chinese movie that was not dubbed was Super Cop in 1992 or whatever. That's how long it took them. Yeah, because they always dubbed movies because they shot them silent the same way they did Italian movies. That's why Italian movies are always dubbed as well too, which probably makes it way easier to make a movie because obviously you don't have to worry about sound or like a plane flying over.
100%, yeah.
But the weird thing is, it's just you have to literally dub them in. Even if you dub in the Chinese in, they dub that in as well too, and same with the Italian.
Dude, I've been like wanting to watch Super Cop again.
That's so good. I bought that was a perfect example when I was telling that. Like I bought a good copy of that because for the longest time you could not find a nice copy of Super Cop. It was always just kind of like put on like a 10-pack of Jackie Chan ones and so on like that. So I bought there was a Blu-ray one. I was like, okay, I want to have a good copy of it with extended cut and all that stuff too. Because that one's so fucking good.
And there's two Super Cops, right? There's Super Cop 1, Super Cop 2, right?
Well, Super Cop 2 is a Michelle Yao only movie, and it's
okay.
It's more like a spin-off one. But Super Cop's technically tied into Police Story.
I thought Police Story. Okay.
So
I was like, the character carries on.
The Super Cop is technically Police Story 3. They just call it Super Cop in the U.S., I think, because you know how they changed those titles for some reason.
Right, because America.
Granted, Police Story sounds like the most like generic working title of a movie.
Right.
It just sounds like Jackie Chan's like, I got an idea for a Police Story type movie, and then he just never changed that.
Right.
But those ones are all those ones are good. Like all four.
Yeah.
The fourth one too is they title it Jackie Chan's First Strike in the U.S. I think is what they titled that one, but that's technically Police Story 4.
Okay. Yeah, dude, those are all fucking amazing. Every early, like, every era or every of like the 90s, because those are all 90s, right? Yeah.
80s and 90s. The first Super Cops are 80s movies.
Okay. Yeah. Just that era of Jackie Chan movies are like the best. Mr. Nice Guy, all those ones.
I know. I got like the two.
My chair.
I got like the two box sets.
Sorry.
Of like pretty much volume 1 and 2 of like they came from Shout Factory, and they're just super Jackie Chan collections of good copies of like literally his movies from like the 70s all the way up to like the early 90s and so on like that. Because why not? I fucking love like all Jackie Chan movies, even the ones that are kind of funky, are still good in some ways.
Yeah, I mean they're usually not bad.
There's one that he did it's actually one, I think it's called The Protector, but I could be wrong exactly on its title. But it's one that Jackie Chan does not like, and he talks very low about it in his book, but it's actually fucking badass, I think. And it's directed by the dude who did Enter the Dragon. And so it's like, this is the best way to describe it. It's Jackie Chan playing like a Dirty Harry type character. So it's so different than what Jackie Chan does. And that's why Jackie Chan was all pissed about it. He's like, I don't want to be a fucking American actor. I want to do my thing, my stick. And I get it. He was trying to break in doing his own stuff. And they're kind of another one. But like in hindsight, when you watch it, it's like, dude, it's so cool because it's like such a different one. It's the only Jackie Chan movie where he says fuck in it. So like you get that. And it's literally Jackie Chan is like a hard-boiled, like, tough cop, where he's just shooting people and asking questions later and so on like that.
Right.
I think it's fucking good. And it's actually funny because there's actually two different cuts of it, because there's the American version, and then Jackie Chan was so disappointed with it that he took it back to China, recut it himself, and threw in some scenes with Superfoot or Bill Superfoot Wallace in there. And he has a fight scene with him that he's thrown there. So both versions are cool. It's just he sort of censors, I guess, a little bit of like he takes the language out and everything like that in the Chinese version. But gotcha. he adds more fight scenes, so I guess it makes up for it.
Right. Dude. Yeah, I think one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies, which is like kind of shocking to say, but when you started touching on like the violent aspect of it, which is not his brand, it's that funny, fun, slapsticky action.
Yeah,
Uh, but the movie he did with Pierce Brosnan, The Foreigner,
that's a great one. Speaking of
oh my
007.
goodness, yeah, yeah. Well, I know. Take this conversation circular. But I mean, like that movie when because I was like, oh, Jackie Chan, Pierce Brosnan, fuck yeah, let's put that shit on. And then like within like the first 15 minutes after his kid gets detonated,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh no, I'm like, this is not like any Jackie Chan movie I've ever watched. What the fuck's gonna happen now?
Yeah, no, that one's a hardcore serious one. I enjoyed that. I saw it in cinemas. I was that was a really
Dude,
good one.
that movie was phenomenal. That movie blew me away. It's up there with my favorite Jackie Chan films.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It's definitely it makes him extend his range and everything like that. Something different,
Well,
especially when you get kind of older.
yeah, it's so nasty. Like it's so brutal, and everybody in that whole film is phenomenal. Like it's so good.
Yeah. I was always kind of bummed, and this can even bring it around to like even like Wild Geese because it's kind of like that. But I was kind of bummed that Jackie Chan was never put into any of the Expendables. I was always like, I thought that was a real missed
Yeah,
opportunity. You know,
right.
and that's the thing is, you know, there could have been a few more of those Expendables movies, kind of like there. It's like I hate to sort of say it, but like any other choice that somebody's got, it's like just do the Expendables movies. Like that's just such a great way to bring in a bunch of guys together. We didn't get Carl Weathers in the Expendables, which is such a bummer.
Right.
And even Hulk Hogan. I'm like, where the fuck's Hulk Hogan in these movies? I'm expecting that too.
Yeah, you can make a butt ton of money so
Yeah,
easy. I mean,
just
you brought in Kelsey Grammer. You could bring in anybody
you
after
got
that.
Frasier in there, and even though that totally worked too, but yeah,
It totally worked, but at the same time, it's like, come on, we
yeah.
could bring it. Like now, there's no limit who we could bring in.
Yeah, Well, I hate to sort of say it, it's like after Expendables 4, it's like you could tell that's kind of that's pretty much it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, who else would they be missing? Like, you know, Carl Weathers, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Danny Glover would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Uh, Shit, what big action stars from back then? Steven Seagal, even though I fucking can't stand him.
Well, I felt like Steven Seagal, he was in Machete, which was kind of like I felt like some of the guys that were not in Expendables, that was where they kind of ended up in.
Dude, I love the story about Mean Gene LaBelle choking out Steven Seagal.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Makes me so happy. And it really sucks because it's like I dislike Steven Seagal on so many levels, but he has given us like what Under Siege is a
Under
perfect
Siege
movie.
and Under Siege 2. Under Siege 2 is really fucking good
They're
too.
both yeah, they're both perfect movies.
Yeah.
Hard to Kill is perfect.
That's a good one too.
Above the Law,
That's another great
fucking
one.
amazing. And I know I'm forgetting one more. Glimmer Man's pretty good. And Fire Down, is it Fire Down Below? I think that's one of them.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
And then he has the, yeah, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, like Steven Seagal, he has like one solid decade worth of like really good fucking movies. Like probably
Yeah,
from like 87 to I would even say 87 to 95 maybe. You
right.
know,
Well, after Glimmer Man, he starts getting fat, and like fat Steven Seagal's no good.
yeah, and then the movies just kind of like they kind of peter out. But when they're good, like it's like Under Siege, but Under Siege also has fucking Tommy Lee Jones pretty much playing like a Keith
I
Richards
know,
villain.
so good. Uh,
So-
uh, what's his face? Old hatchet head motorcycle wreck guy, Gary Busey. There we go.
yes, yes. It's like a triple threat in that movie of like fucking guys. And
Right.
then Under Siege 2's really fucking good. Like I feel like On a Train just makes it fucking badass.
I know. Dude, we need more train action films because every single one I've seen so far has been good.
Trains like that's like a big selling point for me. It's like you put like trains, you know.
your autism starts showing. You're like,
Yeah, exactly.
trains,
Trains, yay! You're like, I don't know what it is. Like, I see trains in a video game. I see trains in a movie. It's like I don't know what it is. I'm all down for trains and fucking like stuff.
Right.
It also kind
right.
of locks movies in, so it's like where are you gonna go? You're gonna go back or forward. That's it. You can't go anywhere.
Dude, it's like you think of like some of like the most iconic video game moments. Uncharted 2, that beginning on the train.
Yep.
Bro, that sets the tone for like the whole game. That's like a big part of why that game is like the best in the series.
Yeah, definitely.
Just that part.
Or even 007 of GoldenEye. I fucking love the train level in there.
That's like one of the with your little laser watch.
Yeah. Except that part's the only part that's a little bit frustrating because you get all the way to the fucking end of the level, and then like sometimes you just don't have the motor skills at that point to get that watch perfectly lined up on there, or Natasha just does something stupid and gets herself killed, which does happen.
Dude, I was playing video games in Afghanistan, and you know how on N64 and GoldenEye you can't change the looking version.
No, it's always
that's
I believe.
Yeah, it's just stuck that way. Inverted look, right? So, like, we'd be playing games, I'd pass the controller off, and they'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Why you play with inverted controls? Well, we got our hands on the N64, and we all played GoldenEye, and I fucking smoked everybody because of all the years and hours that we all would just battle in GoldenEye. Yeah. And, like, everybody looked at me, and they're like, this is why you're weird. this is why you have to have inverted controls.
I remember somebody. Well, it's like I always feel that's how you could tell if someone's an old school gamer or not. If they don't play with inverted controls, I'm like, oh, you must not have been playing video games in the '90s then.
Right.
That's my biggest indication right there. But I remember like in San Francisco, there was like this like one chick that was supposed to be really good at fucking GoldenEye. So I was like, bring her fucking over and whatnot. And like we had like
I'm gonna fucking destroy her.
I literally did destroy her, and I was like, is this your best warrior? Bring me a new champion.
Yeah.
Girls never met us before. Everybody's like, why is he
Dude, that's like when we
never saw her ever again from that point on. Just I remember someone said she was good. Obviously not good enough.
Dude, that's like I remember I had like just spent the night at your house like right after like Soul Calibur 4 had came out or whatever. Was it Soul? Yeah, Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, Soul Calibur 2. So we were like going hard on Soul Calibur 2. And I mean, that probably went for years, right? Fast forward some time, Casey comes into the picture.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I picked up this game, Soul Calibur 2. And I remember, like, we're all like, me and you just, like, turn real slow and just look at him. We're like, hey, you want to play? You want to go?
Yeah, we put a lot of training time into that.
Right. So then he shows up, and you whip out your controller. I like brought my controller from home in case he gets on, like thinking he's gonna be hot shit. Like I've been practicing my combos and my moves. Oh, the good days.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time we just spend just like hours on ends, like training and fighting games and so on like that.
Well, I remember it turned into like we weren't making him give up his controller. Me and you were just trading off beating him.
Yeah. Well, there used to be a way that I used to even think about back in the day as like it's like it sounds like the most like old school like punishment style of training, but like you just could keep going like you'll figure it out eventually. That was like kind of part of it. Like don't worry.
It was.
And it mostly worked though, because like eventually you would figure it out. You might get beat over and over and over, but you eventually do.
I've always felt bad for like the friends that would like be like, oh yeah, you're down to play Street Fighter Alpha 3 and you're down to play Soul Calibur 2. Okay, yeah. And they figure out one character, but they can never deviate from that character because it's the only one that allows them to even get like a little taste of victory. Maybe they'll pick up like one round.
Yeah, you see that in Smash Brothers too. That some people they'll get stuck, or they'll only be like with one character and they can't play anything else. Because that was always something that I always sort of prided myself on, and I feel that's the same way of you too. Is when it comes to fighting games, we're pretty versatile. That we can pick from like a big roster of characters.
Right.
Of course, everybody always has their best character, like no doubt. But like, like I like to be able to have like a wide range. Like if like when people only play with one character, I always think that's kind of lame. Like that's
Dude,
fun. Like
I made it to where one of my buddies, he won't play Tekken with me anymore. Whichever Tekken it was that was free on PlayStation. On the PlayStation. I think it was 7.
yeah,
Uh,
because eight's the
yeah,
one.
he won't play with me anymore because like I'm playing and he's like, yeah, be your best character. And he like watched all the Yoshimitsu videos and like all the tournaments and stuff. So like he could do some of the combos, but I would just like stomp him with Kazuma or whatever, or like one of my other like really good characters. And then he's like, okay, he's like, yeah, I'm trying to learn these. Can you play a character that's not your best character? So I switched to the Lucky Chloe.
Which is realistically your best character.
Yeah. And so he got like I destroyed him like ruthlessly, like multiple times in a row. And he did this thing where he was like, I'm just gonna go wash my hands. And like he got up and he left. And he was gone for like, I don't know, like 8 minutes. I'm just sitting there in the lobby like, did he fucking quit?
Well, that's always like I hate when like this happens sometimes, especially when you meet people like in person, and then you go like, oh, like yeah, I play Street Fighter, or I play, they say like they play the game, and then you sit down to play a match, and then like you beat them like really bad, like not even like
Yeah.
like, and then you kind of go, I hate to start saying it, but we're gonna have to end this here because it's just not gonna work out.
Yeah.
It's that one where it's just like you're just gonna be angry and pissed because you're not gonna make any progress, and I'm just gonna.
I don't know how to hold back.
Yeah. And if I hold back, then I feel like I'm being more kind of like an ass, anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like it's weird. Like fighting games are those ones that like if people aren't like up to par with you, it's like you almost can't play, which makes it kind of tough to find a lot of people to play. It's either your choices are you can't find people to play like in person, and then sometimes you go online, and then people are either too good.
Dude, I have a plan. Oh, I just have to get my stupid AliExpress Pandora's box, but I want to build.
I just need to give you one of mine.
Well, the one I want is where it's just like, not the detached controllers. I want to find a cabinet or like have somebody like maybe my wife's dad, because he could build all kinds of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Build a cabinet so I could set that fucker down in there, put some badass speakers on it, like little surround sound type speakers, and then input like a TV.
Yeah.
And my grand plan is to like get a money box. And for my kids and all their friends, make it a challenge. Each time you challenge me, like I'll put $1 or like maybe $5, whatever's in my pocket, I'll put it in there. You have the chance to win it.
Yeah.
But you have to beat me at the video game of my choice, the fighting game of my choice.
Yes, I like that idea.
Right? Just destroy them.
That's perfect.
Taking so much pleasure from it. Just like, like I would make them put money in, but that would just be mean at that point.
Steal a bunch of money.
Right? And like whoever could beat me, like I'm going to be like, okay, here, you deserve this.
Yes, you have won the prize,
Right. I just have to decide the game. I'm better with a controller because that's just what I'm more experienced in. But
that's the same thing too. Is like when I play with the arcade stick, I feel like there's like I definitely got to get used to it. It's like, okay, this is not the normal way to go.
Right. Like I could do Shoryukens and Hadokens and stuff like that, but it's nowhere near as fast.
Yeah, the same here. I can do all the moves, but it's we put too much time and effort into like, Sega Dreamcast and PlayStation and all that stuff, so that like
100%.
The D-pads, it's like, especially a Sega Saturn controller, that's my favorite way to go. Like, it's hard for me to break from that.
Dude, it's fucked up when I think about it. And like every time I play somebody in Alpha 3, all I'm thinking about is like my old school PS1 controller, the non-dual analog stick one that I used just for that game.
Yep.
Because it was the perfect controller. Like nothing could beat it.
There was literally a dude who like won some Street Fighter tournaments, and that was the controller that he had. Like he literally took the original PlayStation 1 controller, and that was he didn't use an arcade stick. He didn't have a fancy modern controller. It's like that was the same thing. He's like, because I put the most amount of time in with this controller.
It makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense to me because it's like light, the way it fits in your hand, like you could kind of turn it enough to where you could really hit all the moves and mash those buttons to like, maneuver around the field.
Yeah, and there's the joysticks aren't in the way like the DualShock one too, because you got
Yeah.
consideration. You know what I mean? Like it's like every little extra piece on there can kind of be in the way. You know?
Right.
So it's like
I
just
can
the
see
perfect amount.
I can see why you said the Sega controller too was so good for that because it's that D-pad is just
D-pad. I love
money.
that. And then I know not everybody else likes this, but like the D-pad on the fucking Dreamcast controller, I love that one.
It was so small.
It was just the perfect one. The only thing that makes the Dreamcast controller kind of better is they do make some ones that have 6 buttons, because
Yeah.
the only downfall is I don't always like that, like trying to do a Hadoken and Shoryukens with like the left trigger and the D-pad,
Right.
like in the same hand. It always feels weird when it's like that. But they make ones that have 6 buttons, and that kind of sort of solves that problem.
Yeah, that would make it way better. I will say, well, maybe that D-pad is good because I mean that's
Oh, I
like the
love that
only way to
D-pad.
play Dead or Alive.
Yeah, because that was what we played Dead or Alive. That's what we played. Well, if we played Old Soul Calibur, we played more on the Soul Calibur too. But Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter Third Strike.
Dude, yeah.
That D-pad, I fucking love that. And it's weird because some people go like, "Oh, I don't like that fucking D-pad. I don't like the Dreamcast controller." I'm like, "Well, yeah, fuck you." It's like the people that don't like the
Yeah.
N64 controller. I don't know what. Like, I just noticed that, like in the last maybe like a little bit more than like 5 or 10 years, there was a lot of hatred towards like the N64, and I was like, what? Where's this hatred come from? The controller fucking sucks. It's stupid. I don't get it. Like, and I don't think they were, because I remember at first I was like, well, you probably just didn't grow up in the '90s, and some guy was like, oh, I'm fucking like 35 or whatever. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, obviously, like the N64 controller is actually fucking geniusly made. Everybody goes like, it has 3 handles on it. I don't get that. I don't have 3 fucking hands. It's like, well, you're supposed to wrap your dick around one, but.
Yeah, I guess
in
it's too small.
But in all seriousness, no, the N64 controller was made fucking like, it was actually made like for more stuff than really came on the N64, because you got your normal, like the way you hold the 64 controller with like the middle part and the right side.
Yeah.
That's how you play Mario. That's how you play GoldenEye, all that other stuff. But then if you hold it from like the 2 pads, which like very few games use, it makes for a 6-button controller. For like
Right.
fighting games. Like I felt like they almost designed it. They're like, we're gonna have Street Fighter and all this kind of stuff on here, and then really other than like Mortal Kombat and a couple other games, that was like all there was. But it literally was designed to be like, oh, it can be a fighting game controller as well too. And of course you can hold it the other direction with your right hand on there and your left hand on the other side, and you can make it either a left-handed controller or on a first-person
Right.
shooter, it would actually be like a modern controller. But like nobody ever thinks about that.
Right. No,
Or it's like
I mean
on
that.
GoldenEye, they even have, I almost say this, there's one more. There's another controller configuration that's like, it's like, I call it like the rich kid fucking like style. Is you can play GoldenEye where you actually hold 2 controllers in your hand, so you have double joysticks.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, so it's funny that they actually had that back then. Like I don't remember anybody ever really doing that, but like,
Right.
you could literally twin stick it, no different than like a modern game, but it was on the N64.
Yeah. I mean that's like Nintendo innovation though. That's just
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
Dude,
So it's like,
I thought the controller was awesome, and like my favorite version of Resident Evil 2 was my N64 version.
one.
I had both, but it was just like it felt so good in that controller.
Resident Evil feels so natural with the N64 controller.
Yeah, with the clunky ass controls.
Yeah. Oh, I love those clunky. I don't care. Tank controls are my favorite. Like whenever people want to talk about, it, I'm like, dude, tank controls, like that's the way to go. Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, like they play better with tank controls.
Right. Right. I mean, it takes some getting used to getting back into it if it's been a long time, but
Yeah.
I mean, it works for the games.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
play.
dude,
I play.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I go back to those tank controls so often that like they're still second nature for me.
Right. Dude, I was talking to somebody about Metal Gear, and they told me how they never beat MGS1. And I was like, oh, dude, you need to beat it. Like, that's probably one of the best ones for the story. Like, you gotta get to those last bits.
Yeah.
And like telling him about the final fight scene with like Liquid and how epic it is. And he's like, yeah, I just couldn't do it. I mean, I didn't play it when it first came out, and I had to, go a system backwards to play it. Those controls just fucking suck. And I was like, bro, I don't even know what to say to you right now.
Yeah. Those ones are not bad for Metal Gear Solid. They're still dialed in.
No, it was like the whole fact he couldn't control the camera. I think was like the big thing.
Oh, yeah, some people are bitches about that. Well, it's funny though. It's like a lot of times when I think about older games though, that like, oh, you can't control the camera. Well, like the game's designed that you don't need to control the camera, because it's the same thing with like a lot of first-person shooters too, like older ones. You go back in the day, you're like, oh, is it gonna feel slower, or am I gonna be missing certain features? It's like no, because the game was designed around a certain like play style that it's totally fine without these other things that you might have got used to in modern ones. But yeah, there's some games that are just kind of hard to sell to old people, or not old people, to newer people that want to play because the style's either too archaic or something like that,
Right.
And yeah, I think about that like the Tomb Raiders, because I really love those fucking old Tomb Raider games, and I know that like I couldn't.
They're
like,
fucking hard.
Yeah, they're hard as fuck, and but that's what I just love about them and so on like that. And I feel like there's so much thought put into those games and so on like that, and just the design aspects of them, the puzzles, the challenge. Even the first Tomb Raider, I love how like it's got all the fucking different animals you fight in there, and it's scary as fuck. Like I'll say this, I think Tomb Raider is one, it's a survival horror, but secondly, that's scarier than Resident Evil. Like I've jumped so much more in that game
with the tigers and shit.
Yeah, fucking tigers come out and so on. Or there's one part where you literally go to flip this switch and you turn around, there's a fucking gorilla standing behind you, and it's just like Jesus. But like that's the thing, is like it's like one of those ones like it's like you play those old Tomb Raider games and you just go, they literally do not make games like this solid like they used to.
Right.
It's one of those ones just like everything's just fucking dialed in. I feel like it's like the controls are super well thought out. I mean, yeah, they're like those kind, if you're not used to them, you have to get kind of like acquainted. But like for what the game is it's just got so much more strategy. Because that's the one thing. It's like I love that kind of like you have to think out about how you're going to do your jumps and how you're going to plan your climb and everything like that.
Right. That I was going to say, that's what was really awesome about that game. Like it was like the first one that really brought like a acrobatic 3D nature to a video game.
Well, it's funny because you think about there's two major games that come out right in the same year, pretty much, that kind of like are like the definitive 3D games, and even to like this day, I feel like they hold up as some of the top tiers. And that's Tomb Raider and Mario 64. Like both those games kind of like introduced 3D, and it really is like I think they still stand out extremely well.
Well, yeah, they made that Mario like pack for the Switch, and that thing sold like gangbusters.
Yeah, you got to have, because why not have another copy of Mario 64? Because it's like I literally played through that version, and the Switch is like one that's on like the N64 pack, just because it's like you can never have enough Mario in life.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Sunshine though.
Nintendo for a second though, because when they first released that Mario pack, like the controls were not inverted for the cannon, and I literally had to go like send some messages to Nintendo, be like, "Yo, you can't fucking switch the controls like that on us old school gamers." You know what I mean? Like, you don't just change that and just not have an option to put the right version in there.
Like, oh, thank you, Spencer-san.
Yeah, like, good thing there's an American out there who knows what's up. They did.
Oh, he wasn't really liking the Mario.
Yeah. It's like there's a couple of times I've had to do that in life where like I had to like contact a game company and tell them to fix their fucking game because the inversion controls aren't there. There was another game called Ion Storm. I believe that's what it's called. It was a cool game. It was done in like the Duke Nukem kind of 3D style, like kind of similar. But when the game first came out for the first month, there was no inverted controls, and I literally was like, "Dude, I can't fucking play this game. I'm not gonna relearn controls for your one stupid fucking game. You fix that shit." And then of course there was a patch, and lo and behold, but I literally had to tell, I was like, "Dude, you made a retro shooter. Why would you not have retro control scheme?" You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
My
fucking
biggest thing
funny.
about the inverted controls, like even though nobody plays with them anymore, but like except for old school people, is like, what, you never flown a fucking plane in a video game? Like that's where it comes from. Like where do you think that is?
Right.
Like, are you gonna fly a plane with non-inverted controls? Like what like unrealistic experience is that gonna be?
Luckily, they still have that option, but I always think about that one day it might just disappear.
Yeah. The upside though is we're at a point though where they have like that real like accessibility thing in a lot of newer games where it's just like they're making it for everybody. It's like you're colorblind, we got options for you. You don't like vibration,
Dude,
don't
yeah.
worry about it. You know what I mean? You want somebody to massage your shoulders while you're playing? It's okay, we have that in here.
Dude, I'm colorblind and I play on the normal mode because all the colorblind modes are like trash.
It was just puts it in like grayscale.
It just makes it harder. Like I don't know, like I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not that colorblind. I don't need any of these special modes.
Yeah, but like it's like yeah, they literally have like stuff where it's like almost kind of ridiculous how many different like options they sometimes have.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because as long as they just keep the inverted controls, that's all I gotta say though. It just pisses me off when they take this. Like the one thing, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like that literally like makes
Yeah.
it like you just look like you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Like when you're playing a game, it's like you picked up a controller for the first time.
Right. Right. I don't know. I don't see why you would switch it, especially for a retro game.
Yeah, especially for older games that seem really weird. But a lot of times I
Right.
think when games come out and like they're missing the inverted controls, sometimes I go, it almost instantly tells me like this game's probably made by somebody 25 or younger.
Right. I mean, you usually always have that option, but I think I've only encountered like a couple games where I could not switch the inversion.
Yeah, actually there was another modern one that fucked up too. Is the Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 pack? Didn't have inverted controls in there. I had
Oh,
to go,
that was one of them. Yeah.
I had to go into the Xbox because the Xbox at least has an accessibility mode where you can make everything inverted. But downfall is you have to switch back and forth when you play any
Right.
other game. But once again they did fix that, but it was really kind of just not one of those ones where it's like, dude, come on guys, come on. But
Yeah.
yeah, those inverted control woes, all that stuff. But yeah,
That's what they had in Wild Geese.
and
That's why
Wild
so
Geese,
many of them died.
yeah, they're all like playing with inverted control. Well, they're playing with old man controls, I guess. You know what I mean? It's that thing that like if you haven't been in war for 20 years and you decide that your buddy's all hopped up about going back to Africa, there's some good money involved, and he like cons everybody into it. Takes them out
Right.
to the local pub, buys you a couple of pints and everything like that. Yeah, why not?
When you're going through training and the trainer literally yells out, "All right, gentlemen, let's have our first heart attack now."
Yeah, and it's like he's not being funny. It's kind of like that's a serious thing that could happen.
It might actually happen to a couple of you.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna weed you out, But that's okay. We're going back into action. We're gonna start stealthy. We're gonna go full Metal Gear here, and shit's gonna go awry as we get farther down there. And
We're going to inspire a young Hideo Kojima.
yeah, as he's out there watching, probably in Japan, it's like, oh, there's that kid watching strange British movies.
Yeah, right, right. Just glasses, just like right up on the TV. It's like, oh, yes.
But I do think if you are a Metal Gear fan, you should check out Wild Geese because you will see some stuff in there. You're like, you do see a lot of Metal Gear in here, especially old school Metal Gear. Before Salt was
Yeah.
even in place.
I mean, 100%. I mean, you're not wrong at all. Like that's like the very first thing you realize is this movie definitely did have an impact. The aesthetic, the uniforms, some of the action and storytelling, or at least like story moving through the scenery.
Yeah,
It all screamed Metal Gear.
yeah, and just like the characters and so on like that, because the characters are slightly over the top.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's got a
Especially
little
the gay medic.
yeah, So yeah, you got guys who are real characters chewing scenery, and then even just like the ending kind of has like a Metal Gear kind of feel too, with that switch where you're like, oh shit, like I did not realize that was where it was going, and so on like that. And these guys get betrayed and so on. Yeah, there is quite a bit of a build up here, because I know that like people always kind of looked at like I think you think of Escape from New York, of course, being like that, but like I really think that, like, yeah, Escape from New York and Rambo definitely have an influence, but you see this one and you go,
Yeah,
this one definitely.
definitely for that. Yeah, definitely for that first one, for the first Metal Gear
Yeah, Metal Gear,
or first
probably
two.
Metal Gear 2 as well, too, is kind of,
Yeah,
I mean, Metal Gear 2 is more
solid.
like in the bunker and all that kind of stuff, but
I can't think of where like the inspiration for Metal Gear Solid would have came from. That just might be all Hideo.
yeah, well, that's where I think you start infusing a little bit more anime stuff and so on, and
That's also when he started getting into like, tying in. I know this is like keeps turning into like almost like a Metal Gear podcast every so often, but the way he ties in like actual current events into the
yeah,
storyline of the game is absolutely ridiculous, which he kind of did, following Wild Geese for the
yeah,
first two Metal Gears. But Metal Gear Solid, like, that's a legit facility. That's legitimately what that facility does is house
uh,
like, nuclear weapons and nuclear waste.
yep.
But it's just madness.
You'd be really surprised if you watch a Wild Geese and all of a sudden, about like halfway in the movie, there's a fucking like Metal Gear in it.
Did you see that Hideo is considering at some point moving into like actual film?
I can see that because that's always seems to be like it's almost like he's a guy who wanted to be a film director, but like he chose just the avenue of video games because he was in Japan.
Yeah, he had his new like the new Death Stranding's coming out, like Death Stranding 2. There's a
Yeah.
new IP that's going to come out, and I guess he like either helped write a movie. I could be completely wrong. I could just be conjuring this out of like thin air. But I wanted to say I read that like he like was either writing a movie or started to write a movie or something like that, and like gave up on it because he was too busy. But
Yeah.
he's considering with Kojima Productions moving into film.
I could see that, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
if he doesn't direct it, he'll have somebody else direct the film. It was like
yeah.
I'm pretty sure what he said.
Well, I could see him doing it if he didn't direct it, he would like, maybe be like the writer producer on it, like kind of thing.
Well, he was one of like the loudest voices like from like the video game industry, calling for like yeah, actually make the Metal Gear movie.
Yeah.
Like putting out his picks and everything for like, who to play Solid and sharing little fan things like this person would be great for Liquid,
Yeah, just getting all that and so on like that. Yeah, it's just one of those
right?
ones like they got to jump on that or else, it's if you wait too long on some of these things, it's like I hate to sort of say it, video games is those ones where like it rolls over a lot faster than movie stuff does. All of a sudden
100%.
you could be like two generations away, and it's like Metal Gear Solid would be like too old in a sense. Like it'd be in a category like for those who remember kind of thing. Yeah,
Or the people who could like really pull off the characters like the fantasy casting for like Oscar Isaac to be Solid Snake.
yeah,
That's like fantastic.
yeah.
You can't pick a better guy,
Yeah, that would work. So,
right? We still have a young Rock, a youngish Rock. He'd be a perfect Vulcan Raven.
yeah, there we go.
Just give him some acting classes. Be like, hey, try not to be totally the Rock, but if you are, we'll accept it. Just
Yeah,
talk
that would
about
work.
birds.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you have to do. But no,
I would hire what the fuck's his name? Ethan Hawke to be Psycho Mantis.
there we go. Get a gas mask.
Oh yeah, dude. I just think he'd be a perfect Psycho Mantis. Like once you pull off the mask, be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what he would look like. Why not?
No, because I don't see why not.
Will Smith as Gray Fox.
Yeah, it's perfect. What I mean? He's at that point where I feel like Will Smith's going to be doing kind of like some very interesting roles because that's what he's got to take. So why not? Like, let's have him.
I know he might be going through some hard times, but I mean,
Yeah,
what's
Bad
the
Boys
last
4 was
good?
fucking good.
Was it okay? I haven't seen
I
it.
liked it a lot. I like those two new Bad Boys were both good, 3 and 4. So
I liked 3. Three's the one where you find out he has a love child, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah. 4 continues right from that, so it's like one of those ones. If you didn't see 3, it'd be like, don't go into 4 yet because it's like really goes
What the
right into.
fuck's happening?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, why does he have this weird love child with him this whole time?
Right, right.
Yeah, no,
Come on,
yeah,
son.
yeah. That 4 was just as good. So yeah, but it was kind of. I felt like he kind of like had to do those movies. It's like, well, this is all you kind of get, but that's okay for me because that's what I want to see Will Smith in.
Right.
But yeah, there's all kinds of people you get from Metal Gear that would be cool and so on. But yeah, it's just one of those ones like you just don't want to. If they wait too long, it could be. I mean, Metal Gear's still pretty relevant, but it doesn't take much. Because I always think about that with like kids nowadays. Like, imagine trying to catch up on all the video games. You know what I mean? Like, how tough of trying to catch up on all the movies is, that's still hard. But you could
Yeah.
still cover a lot of ground even if you are starting fresh today. But man, if you had to start, like, I don't even know how it's even possible anymore. Like, at least when we were kind of kids, like, I remember, like, it was when the emulators kind of came out in the 90s. That was, like, the first time you could be like, oh, I can kind of catch up on all the NES and Super Nintendo games that I missed out on and Sega Genesis, ones
Right.
that are foreign. And so it wasn't that hard. I mean, it was still, they're still going siphoning through 900 games per console. But
Well, yeah. You'd
was
find
kind
games that you never played that were instantly in some of your favorite games of all time, like that Gundam fighting game on Super Nintendo.
Duel, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal game.
One of the best fighting games I think ever made, actually, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, but like nowadays it's like, God, if you had to try to like, you add all those old systems, of course, in there, but then you have to add in all the, the 2000s and 2010 systems. Like,
Yeah, dude.
how do you even if you like the series, like even if you just take one series, like let's say Castlevania, just trying to like go back, like I'm gonna catch up on all the Castlevania games, like, well, that's
Yeah, good luck.
yeah, a lot of fucking time. You know what I mean? It's like, even if you want to catch up on all the Resident Evil games, I mean, even though those are shorter, you're still putting in some time that's going to be like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even with like just trying to catch up on modern games that are being released each month is a fucking challenge. I haven't been able to do it.
I just say you just gotta be kind of picky and choosy. Like, you gotta go, what do you really want to play, and then you just kind of minus the other ones out.
I end up always going back and playing games that are like, 3 to 4 years old and heavily discounted because I'm old.
Well, I like that. Well, I've almost come to the conclusion too.
Or it's free.
I gotta stop buying certain games because I just get kind of like burned so many times that like I buy a game and then it's like 3 months later it's on PlayStation Plus or Game Pass or Amazon Prime fucking gives out games left and right too, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's like it's one of those ones. Unless it's something you really want, or it's something that you like a Nintendo game that they just won't give out for free anyways. Like, I try to go like, you know what, it's fine. Wait 3 or 4 months and believe me, it'll probably be on one of them.
I've already like proven to where like I'm now in that old, like retired, almost like semi-retired video game player because I still don't even have a modern console. I still have just my PlayStation 4.
Yeah, well, it's like we're not that far off where like you could probably like ride one console once the streaming thing is very normal, and like you can just do it like easy. Like, that's all you're gonna need. Like, and it's close. It's very close. I mean, like, I feel like on the phone it's perfect. Like, it's literally your portable Game Boy wherever you want to go. It works really solid. I use it all the time. I've played through many games on there. Console, it's still waiting for it to get just a little bit kind of like better, where it just stays a little bit more consistent. But like once that kicks in, I feel like that's gonna be kind of it. It's like, there's your system. Plug in your Fire stick. You got your games everywhere you want to go.
Oh, eventually, yeah. I mean, that is going to be the future. I mean, look what it did to like the movie industry.
Yeah, exactly. Only crazy people.
It's gonna happen.
DVDs.
Yeah, you fucking maniac.
I just
only you go through pawn shops and Dollar Trees looking for deals.
And that's exactly what I did today. I went because Big Lots was closing, and I was like, well, I better go check the DVD rack and get some stuff out of there. 40% off now.
Dude, Big Lots was closing in my town too, and I went there. I'm trying to think of like what I bought. It was the most random assortment. The old lady was like, all confused because I bought like a bag of chips, a shirt tie-dye set. I bought I bought like a lawn gnome or something like that, some yawn, like lawn ornament, and then like I think like envelopes. It's just like, what the fuck?
I feel like that's what you buy at Big Lots though. Is you buy just a bunch of random ass stuff. You don't like nothing makes any rhyme or reason.
Dude, there was a lady sitting on a chair, uh, and she was just like blown away because it was like one of those like massaging chairs
Hmm.
or something like that, like a power chair. And she's like, it got electricity. It got electricity. And I was like, what the fuck? What am I doing here?
Yeah. You do kind of question that. See, I always liked Big Lots because there's nobody in the fucking store, and that to me sells it for more than anything else. I'm like, nobody in here, perfect.
And that's why they're closing.
Yeah. It kind of answered that question really quickly, but yeah, because that's my thing. Is like I'm like that person. I like a restaurant when there's nobody else in there. I like a gas station when there's no fucking line. You know, pretty much what I like is I like to either be like King in the Castle, I guess, or it's zombie apocalypse about ready to happen.
Right. Do you know what I fucking really appreciate is like Target and Walmart in the South. You could actually like play video games in them.
They still have that option in there.
Yeah.
I felt like I haven't seen that in a long time.
So the Target in my town, like all video game systems, you could like play like access like a demo. And then like at the Walmart, they even have the Switch up. So you could like play Switch games.
Because yeah, well, I guess Target. I think I've seen something like that before. Still, it's not the same as like
Correct.
remember back in the day when they used to get like the N64 and Super Nintendos, like, and they have the TV
Exactly.
fucking cranked as high as fuck as possible. I think they did that so it's like they're like, okay, that will keep kids from sitting here playing for as long. But as a kid, you just don't know. You're like, I don't give a fuck how my neck will.
I will
2 days.
I will hold my arms out as hard as I can and like lean back pulling on it.
Yeah, this thing can hold my weight. I weigh 40 fucking pounds.
Dude, I remember remember when McDonald's had the Game Cubes inside of them?
Yeah, I remember when they were trying to. Yeah, they had that in there. And they're all.
And I want to
greasy
say
and
they
nasty.
had they had two TVs and they had like Double Dash at one point. Or like, you could like two controllers and you could play
Yeah.
Double Dash.
Yeah.
And I remember like we were all down there and like somebody like brought up something about like just, I never lose at Double Dash. I was like, all right, bitch, let's go. Let's walk over to McDonald's. And like,
Take the challenge.
so I like grabbed the controller and like my hand instantly adheres to it. It's just, it's done for me. I've now become one with McDonald's.
Yeah, he's just a bunch of maple syrup and all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, bro.
Like someone was just rubbing their McMuffin all over it.
Just some kid like, not bothering to like, stop playing to eat their food and just spilling soda all over themselves.
Yeah.
The other controller, the stick was like got like maple syrup stuck down inside of it, so it was like really laggy, and I absolutely dominated. And the whole time they're just like, "This fucking controller! What the fuck, fucking McDonald's!"
So it's like that thing that like you just it can't be a good idea. It's like it's only gonna be. I mean, I guess it's a good.
It's never gonna work
idea,
out.
But it's only gonna break. It's not gonna. Yeah.
I always wondered how many kids got sick from like those things because they have the touch screen one, they have the controllers, all the little like games that they had inside there.
Yeah, just touching and all that kind of stuff. It's either that or you're just building up good immunities, I guess, if you look at it that way.
Oh yeah,
There's
you're probably
some
right.
kid that's fucking licking the screen because he's a fucking maniac.
Yeah, dude, I miss that though. I miss actually being able to like demo games in a store.
I know that was always fun. I mean, is that one that like sometimes you do think of as an adult? Like, would you stay in the store if your fucking neck cranked up for like 35 minutes playing a game? Nowadays, probably not as much, but the nostalgic experience of it was great.
Dude, were you with me when it was at like little independent store, Pro Game Exchange?
Oh yeah.
Were you the one that was with me when I made the PlayStation 2 fall off their fucking counter?
I don't know. I think you told me the story though.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like so shocked they didn't ban me from that store. I'm pretty sure I broke it. Because it didn't turn back on.
Just well, we were like, well, I was just testing the game out. Yeah.
Well, it was like a little shelf, and then you have the glass case, and there's a TV on the glass, and the little shelf with your PlayStation too, sitting up vertical. Like, what do you think was gonna happen?
The vertical is never good. Whoever
No,
thought that vertical was a great way to have your system was no, never. That thing should
I guess
be.
it makes sense for cooling it down, but
Yeah, I get like why, or for the disc even too, but it's like unless you have two like things to hold it up on the sides, no.
right. Make sure it's secure.
Yeah, because that happened. My 360 fell down. Well, I remember I was like, and it fell and it hit, and it made the laser touch the disc, so it just burnt a big old like mark in the disc and just made it not work.
Oh no, which disc was it? What game?
Resident Evil 6.
Oh well, that's not a big loss.
Yeah, well, I like Resident Evil 6, but it was when it first came out. So it was like one of those like fuck moments. Like, so I went and I rented the game, installed the game, and then took the rental back, and then I just played the game off because I could still access the.
I thought you were gonna say you switched the disc.
No, I don't want to be that. I was like, I'll just install the game, and then I could still use the license agreement from my disc because it didn't need to load anything off the disc, so it did work out that way. But yeah, that was like never again. It will never stand up vertical again.
Yeah, it's never a good idea.
No. So yeah, don't do that. It's just dangerous. It's asking for trouble. It's like the PS. It's weird. Like when you lay the PS5 down, because it's like that system was totally meant to be vertical. It looks weird. It looks like the system like melted when you fucking lay it or like horizontal.
But that's the way it's gonna be.
It doesn't look right. But yeah, no way it's fucking standing up. Even though nowadays there's no cord, I guess, so it's not this. It's not like the old days where like that cord was the danger part.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. It just takes one earthquake.
That's it. Yeah. Fuck that.
One hefty, well-nourished individual to go running up and down your road.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Or just somebody to get their foot caught on a whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just not worth it. You keep that stuff flat. So, but yeah,
just like taking a mercenary trip to Africa, you never know what you're getting into.
You never know, and you never know who's coming back either. But you know what? Damned if you don't have a good time along the way.
Right.
So that's the whole point. So yeah, check out Wild Geese. It's Metal Gear inspired fun. You got Roger Moore in there. Everybody likes Roger Moore, and it's a good old school like action adventure war flick, heavily British. So you must make sure you're in for a British adventure.
Yes.
You cook up some bangers beforehand, so you get the real experience. Heat up some tea, get yourself a pint. That's how you get the true experience.
Make yourself some breakfast, with extra baked beans because you're British and, you have negative taste buds.
Yeah, baked beans on, white toast.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's...
And that's why America's better.
Yeah, you can have some fish and chips at least. You can't go around fish and chips, I guess.
No, that's all right. Yeah. That's okay.
But yeah. But other than that, go check out oldmanorange.com for more podcasts, comic books, old episodes, and all that fun stuff. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
Hey, I'm Josh.
And we'll see you some other time.